Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SML Podcast. I am your host, Joe. This episode, we are kicking off with Aki and Chris here. How are you two doing?
Hey, doing good.
I'm alive. That's about as good as can be expected.
Proud of you both.
Yep.
Proud of you both.
And you?
I'm doing okay. We have an interview lined up for this episode. We're going to have other people joining later in the show for the usual other things we do. But for now, we are being joined from Incubate Games. Gary is here. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm really doing super fine. I hope you too.
For the people who don't know what Incubate Games is and what your studio is about, give us the sales pitch. Who are you? What's Incubate Games? And why did you stumble upon our show?
So, to do it simply, we are a retro game publisher from Canada. So we publish mainly Game Boy games, like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. And you might ask why. That's a good question. I think like we have a lot of new games that are made nowadays for those consoles, which can sound at the same time stupid and crazy and surprising. I don't know. It's a mix of everything. So yeah, we are doing physical release, so cartridge box like old school 90s, exactly the same technology, same oldies, and yeah, that's what we are doing. And why I'm here? Yes, that's a really good question. We just not technically not released because it will be released at the end of the year, but we have finished Infinity, which is kind of a dinosaur. It was a game planned to be released on 2001 around for the Game Boy Color, and it hasn't been published. And yeah, we have get back the IP and finish the development, and now is the time to talk about it and to yell the name Infinity everywhere. So it's why I'm here. So yeah, that's basically the pitch.
What is the story with Infinity? Like, how far along was that game when it got canned? Because I have an old brain, losing a lot of details, but I remember seeing this game and this title way back when.
Yeah, so it's even older than 2001 because at first the game was named, well, it wasn't named Joltima because Infinity is it's technically Joltima 2, but Joltima was like a game for the calculator, the TI-83, I guess.
Wow,
so and
calculator games. Oh shit!
That's really like the time where we feel old. Yes. Yeah. So the first kind of iteration was made in 1997, I guess. And there were like several ports for several calculators, and at some point the decision was made to make kind of a port, it was a mix of a port and a new game for the Game Boy Color, which was initially Joltima 2, which have been renamed Infinity. And there has been around 2-3 years of development between 1999 and 2001, 2002. And unfortunately, the Game Boy Advance just released in 2002 or late 2001. So kind of no publisher was interested on publishing a Game Boy Color game when you have like a brand new console just around the, it's which it sounds normal kind of for a business standpoint. So
it kind of reminds me of the story of Shantae, where that came out at the very tail end of the Game Boy Color.
Yeah. So no luck, and no publisher was. Well, a lot of was interesting at some point because if I recall, Infinity was at the E3 2001, I guess. I think it was. Was it in on the Crave booth or something like that? But well. GBA stuff and nobody was interesting anymore, and it's even at some point some publisher asked the team to just drop Infinity, and they try to recruit them to make other game for known IPs, for example. It's so in 2002 the game was officially like cancelled or not published because the publisher was there, and so the game was developed at something like, well, it has been communicated to us that the game was finished at something like 80%, which in fact in a developer mind it's mostly like 60. so because we spent like the 3.5 year last year just to develop this game and just fill the gap and just develop what's missing, and there was a really consequent list of stuff to do. So that's the kind of the genesis and the story.
And we're getting close, and the game is around the corner. You said it has a December release?
Yeah, we just finished the QA last Friday, so I have like a brand new, build for production since yesterday. So just the time to run the production, like cast the cartridges, all the cardboard for the box and the PCBs and everything. We plan to release the game around December 22. Like we try to start fulfilling the pre-orders before Christmas, because some pre-orders are open now, so you can have your own Infinity at home at some point in the future, because we made a Kickstarter like in 2001. Maybe I should also say that, because this project, this game was as it's a really big thing, we had to run a Kickstarter to raise funds and also buy the IP, because it's also one of the particular detail. So we ran a Kickstarter and we raised a little bit more than $250,000 for a Game Boy Color game, which is which is really surprising. And I think like it's really like prove that there is like something with this game. There have been so much people, and also a bunch of people remembering like Infinity, like at some point in their childhood, like I remember that's something called Infinity, and and the funniest thing, well, I don't know if it's funny, but the game got cancelled in 2002, and from 2002 and 2016 there were like a website online, the infinity.org, I guess, where it was the official website of the original developers and the Infinity project. And there has been all those years like people reaching out by email, like, hey, any news? Is there any possibility to play the game or to? So during like around 15 years, people were already reaching and always reaching the development team just to have news about the project. So somehow it was kind of cancelled, but not in the head of people. I think it's why the Kickstarter was successful, and also like we are really pushed for it, but it was my job too. But
not only was the Kickstarter successful, I'm looking at the Kickstarter page now. The first stretch goal was set at 20,000 Canadian. That's it, and you guys made it to 370 Canadian. That is absolutely awesome that you guys crushed that goal. And I love that some of the stretch goals involve Yuzo Koshiro. That is insane.
Yeah, that was a really nice one, because I think it was Matthew, the original sound effects guy, and he also transcribed all the songs and everything into the Game Boy hardware. He was in contact with Yuzo Koshiro at some point, and
Cool.
when we were searching for the next tier and next level in the campaign, we were like, what would be like the coolest, but also like the nicest things to have, like and also to kind of fulfill the checklist of a childhood dream or whatever. And when we asked to so Eric, the compositor of Infinity, he instantly said, like, if we could have like Yuzo Koshiro for one song, it would be like amazing. And we did it, and we raised enough money to hire the man, and he have done like a really incredible song, which is the song you can hear in the new trailer released like 1 month ago. It's really a super kind of I would say like hard rock style, like old school with a big kick and everything. I really love it. So it's really in your face, It's really in your face, and I really love it. And we have tried to put whatever we could in that campaign, and to just like incentive people, and I think it's the mission was successful.
I love when you're looking through Kickstarter stretch goals, and it's like, all right, this we could add maps, this we could add a new ending, this we could port it to PlayStation, port it to Xbox, port it to Virtual Boy, I guess. Add music by Nobuo Uematsu, add it to ColecoVision. Just in the middle, you'll see a name that you're like, what? Wait, how did they get them?
Yeah.
I love seeing what Kickstarters can just pull out of their ass for what kind of rewards and stretch goals they can. It's amazing the connections people have in this industry.
Yeah, clearly. We get lucky, and it's like, I think at some point he got lucky, because he told us that it's thanks to us that he have done a Game Boy song. He have never worked on Game Boy, so it was kind of first for him too. So it was a bit funny, to
put that on the box. Yuzo Koshiro's first ever Game Boy Color song. Chris, what are your thoughts on that? Yuzo Koshiro, Game Boy. What do you think?
Yeah, I love Yuzo Koshiro, and I can corroborate that he has not done a Game Boy Color soundtrack.
Yeah, so it was nice, and also like to hear the process, because we received mock-up of the song and just like rough ideas, and after like, okay, I will just hire a drummer for the live sound recording and everything, and we're like, oh Jesus Christ, it really sound good. And it's like, okay, let's do it. And he played himself like the synth and everything over the song. It's like it's really cool, like a really cool process. I'm a musician too. I play guitar and everything, so I was really happy to hear everything, like every step, and it was really nice.
Yeah, that's like when he did the Etrian Odyssey soundtracks. I think he used a live drummer for a lot of them, and either he would digitize the drum part to like FM, or he would just included the recording of it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I love a composer who takes drums seriously.
Yeah, because at some point, like there was something missing on a symbol hit. I don't know if we say symbol. I'm French, so my English
symbol.
sometimes a bit like symbols. Yeah. So and it was a big thing that no, we have to re-record the drum just to have the good kick on the cymbal. I was like, okay, perfect. That's what I want to hear. It's just not
Whatever you say, sir.
Yeah. It's like, it's your job. You know what to do. Do it. So yeah. That was really nice, and the song is great. And
as you are a musician, I am going to drastically shift the conversation because that's what we do on SML. We just fuck things up when we feel like it. I got an email a couple of days ago asking us to review a game, and one of the disclaimers was that it included AI music. What are your thoughts? AI music.
It's a bit. The first time
I'll be honest, I told them right away, keep that shit away from us. We have spent nearly 13 years celebrating video game music and musicians. We've had tons of performers on our show over the years, and I just can't stomach the thought of our show supporting AI music.
Yeah, I think if it's like a studio which should have money to hire someone knowledgeable to do music, it should be like the way to go. If you are, you are indie dev, you are alone and you have no no friend with the music and everything, I could accept, because it's like at some point you need music and you can have like a free royalty free music too. So if it's not AI or whatever, I think it's really like.
I do feel like royalty free is the way to go, because there's a lot of people out there making that just to
Yeah.
There's some good stuff too.
Yeah, if it fits your game, I think you can go that route. It's like I think like music is something you kind of for video game you kind of do it like for it's your job mainly. You can have like some feeling when you created the piece for the game. I think that's true also, but I think the main point of music is just to express something or express yourself, and to make to make something for people. So it's like it's a bit lifeless to do it. So maybe there is one situation where it's okay. I don't know what. I don't know which one. Well, at least I don't know if you are alone and whatever, and you really want something, I don't know, fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. But
I just think back to like our days on the NES and the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, and hearing these songs that would get stuck in our head, and then 10, 15 years later, we're all grown up and Overclocked Remix exists and BG Mix exists, and people are putting their own spin on these bleeps and bloops as kids, and we've grown to know and love and embrace these songs, and now people just go to Suno and they're like, give me a hip-hop beat with a twang, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
It's just I don't. Damn kids.
I'm thinking about like, as a publisher, we receive game submission and stuff, and I heard game with really not really good music, and I try to be polite. So I'm like, maybe at that point, I can be like, at least it sounds good, There is a key and something. No, but it's I don't want to be like hard against those developers, because sometimes you don't know how to program music, and maybe you don't nobody, and making music for Game Boy, it's like it's a bit specific. It's not every musician can do Game Boy music. There is so much restriction and stuff. So maybe in those cases I'm like, maybe I don't know. It's like at least you know it would sound okay, because sometimes it's a bit there are surprises. Or it's like after 5 seconds it's super repetitive, and I just will just turn off the sound and that's it. But it's really rare case, I guess. So.
Are you a fan of current day music that implements like chip effects into it? I know Anamanaguchi is probably the most popular example that people have heard of that from Scott Pilgrim. One of our good friends, Danimal Cannon, does a lot with chip and metal as well. What are your thoughts on like the blending of genres?
Oh, that's perfectly fine. So we know Danimal Cannon too.
Animal's awesome.
Yeah, we have. Well, so I work both for Retromodding and Incubate Games. And Retromodding is still a Canadian company. We are based in Montreal, and we are making parts for repairing Game Boys mostly. And we also do like custom UV print stuff, and we have like a custom Game Boy shell for Danimal Cannon with like his artwork and everything. So yeah, we have worked with him, and I know he toured and he were on tour in Montreal a few months ago, I guess. But yeah, I really love the mix of genre. It's really nice, and it's kind of my what I kind of listen to. But yep.
Oh man, let's jump back to Infinity and Incubate as a whole. Where did Incubate start, and what made you want to release classic homebrew games?
Yeah, so everything is like, at least at the beginning, is really intricate with retromodding, because as I said, retromodding, we are doing parts to repair mainly Game Boys, and we sell electronics and stuff to do so. And so at some point, Infinity, because everything is around Infinity, you will see why I say that. Earlier, I say that people were always like, and all the time, reaching to the Infinity guys, like the developers, through the years. And at some point, and it's precisely in 2016, they decided to finish a portion of the game and release a demo and put the source code public on GitHub and say like, hey, it's there. If someone is brave enough, you can just try to finish the game, because there is so many people just reaching to us to do something. So they kind of regroup, gather together, like all the team, the initial team, to just finish the like the first demo of Infinity, which is roughly like 3 hours of the beginning. And after they just released the source code in the wild. And it's at that moment where Infinity, where Retromodding heard about Infinity. So we reach out to Affinix, which is the name of the initial developer, and well, it needed like something like through 2 years, 3 years to come up to a contract to acquire the IP and everything. So Incubate Games was kind of a legal entity to support the project of Infinity. So we launched Incubate Games in 2021, before the Kickstarter campaign of Infinity. And it was really like it was really to have like a legal entity to make all the Infinity stuff, like the license acquiring to the Kickstarter and the project and everything. And when we when we launched the Kickstarter, there has been a lot of developers which contacted us because they knew that we were retromodding and we have like tooling to make cartridges, for example. And they were seeing the success of the campaign. And at that point, we think like a few minutes, and we were like, okay, so there is really like people really interesting and asking us if we can publish their game. And as we, with retromodding, we have the mold to make Game Boy cartridge. So it's something we know how to. It's super simple. And after that, it's just like finding a PCB for the game, and everything else is just like stickers, boxes, cardboard, and everything. It's not really complicated. So we decided to say, okay, we'll just continue with other games, and that's how we get our first developers, and we have published around like 30 games now. So it's like a bit crazy, but it's everything is kind of evolving around Infinity, and it have really, we have pushed a lot of projects since then. But I think it's the historical, things. Yeah.
So
That's
in terms of production, I could imagine boxes are kind of easy to make. Instruction manuals are fairly easy to make. CD pressing is a common thing. How the hell do you make the cartridges? Like, where do the parts come from? Are they still made? Are you taking already available boards and reprogramming them? How does it work?
So in the retro modding community, there are companies that are making new boards for Game Boy cartridges, like brand new. It's just like a few components and that's it, kind of, to simplify. So everything is done brand new. It's just like it's a simple PCB. So it's just like a matter of finding a company or someone to design the PCB, and after it just finding a supplier to just assemble the PCB and doing all the electronic work, and that's it. It's not. It could sound kind of hard because it's it's a Soviet technology, it's like it's just like components of another era, but it's not that hard, it's if you want to recreate like a Game Boy, it's a bit harder, but making the PCB is not that hard really. So we have our own design and suppliers for that, and as I said, we have the mold for the cartridge, so we can cast any color we want, and that sounds boring like this, but it's not that hard. You just have to be organized and know the people. Maybe that's the hardest part, to find and know the right people to have like a consistency in the production and everything. But it's.
Are there ever any like compatibility issues, Chris? Have you run into any kind of like compatibility compatibility issues while working with homebrew stuff on like some of the little retro, I can't think, multi consoles? My brain's not working. I hate this. Chris, say something.
No, that's fine. No, I really haven't.
Aki's probably laughing her ass off over there.
I've been playing Infinity on a analog pocket, and it's been perfect. So I really haven't run into any issues like that. Yeah. I will say one thing about having the reins on the actual manufacturing that I really dig is that I'm looking at the incubategames.com the shop page, and everything on all 3 pages is in stock. Like, I can buy it. Like, that's great. I love that, as opposed to small batch places that do the limited thing.
Yeah. We do have a few limited things because there are collectors that really want them or that need them, but most of the game are like standard edition, or there are some collector edition. So if it's not limited, at some point it will be reprinted if they are out of stock. But we try to get good stock of each game, and if we run out of stock, we just reprint them. So
yeah, that's really great. That means that once I have money again, I'll be coming back to this page and buying some stuff.
What you got your eyes on, Chris?
I do have one question. Dragon's Lair, the legend. What the heck?
I know, but it's kind of funny because I replayed it. It's kind of a torture, but it's like I know. I think when you are a kid, no matter the age, it could be a real torture. It's still real torture at my age. I'm almost 40, but it's like I don't know, I'm passionate, and I kind of find it funny because it's so like death is everywhere. Every pixel is deadly, and it's like it just makes no sense at all. And I'm like, I kind of sense the challenge of there are people which have speedrun the game, so it's possible. It's technically possible. So it's not like but yeah, it could be weird. Like, and a lot of people told us that, but yeah, cool, Dragon's Lair, but why this one? It's the worst game. And I'm like, it's like it's the best difficulty.
Well, there's a good explanation for what that game is that it's a reskin of a ZX Spectrum game called Roller Coaster.
Really?
So it was already a extremely difficult European platformer, and they just kind of laid the Dragon's Lair aesthetic over the top of it.
It was the kind of it was the kind of the common thing with like those license and stuff, and I think Elite have done a lot of things like this because they were ZX Spectrum developer back then.
Yeah,
so it was easy just.
As somebody who had the even worse, I would say, NES Dragon's Lair as a child, I
willingly
respect.
or was it a gift?
Okay, so here's the thing. When my mom or grandmother, who are both of my main game suppliers when I was a child, when they would pick out a game for me, it would be like Legend of Zelda, Mario 3, Ninja Gaiden. My grandmother bought Journey to Silius, which is like amazing.
Wow.
Really shaped my childhood that way. Oh, and Metal Storm. Yeah. Anyway, when I would pick the game, I picked Dragon's Lair, so I was the dumbass that did it to myself, just not knowing what it would be. It just looked cool because, guy with a sword and a dragon. I was like, all right, great. Basically, I was like, what I thought Dragon's Lair was going to be was Dragon Warrior, which I wouldn't play for another couple of years.
And then it would awaken something entirely new in the life of Chris Taylor. RPGs.
No, I played it studiously. Like, I played it a lot as a kid and tried to make some progress, and I just couldn't. But I did figure out some things. So it wasn't like I didn't see it as a bad game. I just saw it as like an especially hard game that I wasn't expecting to be like it was. So it was like a kind of a lesson, but I didn't hate it, and I still don't. But it's nice that they re-released it in Japan and sped it up to where it's actually playable. We never got that version. Anyway,
I meant Dragon Quest is what changed your life.
Yeah, and but it is interesting to see Dragon's Lair the Legend for the Game Boy on the list and not the actually really good port of the Game Boy Color Dragon's Lair, which is a faithful adaptation of the CD-based game. That is to say, it's the cinematic game that you actually play through, but it's all in 8-bit.
What's the difference between... Like, I didn't know there were two different versions.
Well, the Legend is older, and the Game Boy Color game is, came out a few years later. Many years later, actually.
Yeah. In fact, so we have been lucky to be in contact with Elite System, which is the owner of the Dragon's Lair, the Legend.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, for us, like... the first game to work with them, like they wanted to make Dragon's Lair, and it was like, okay, we'll try. It's a new license to see if it works and whatever. And so the Dragon's Lair for GBC is Capcom. So actually, if we want to remake like a new version, of Dragon's Lair for GBC, we have somehow to convince Capcom, which is something else, But if you know someone at Capcom, you can just send an email to Incubate Games. But yeah, it's something else. Yeah. So I would be really happy to get the Capcom version, but it's like. And maybe they don't have the IP anymore, whatever. It's so old. Sometimes it's really complicated to know which company get the IP and everything. So it's
especially
it's
when it
wise.
just comes to publishing. Like,
Yeah.
didn't Capcom publish Shantae originally?
Well,
No, who-
yeah,
I don't know
and
who owns
actually,
it.
I was just gonna say,
C4.
Joe, that the developer for the Dragon Slayer port on Game Boy Color is Digital Eclipse, like it was directed by Mike Mika. So we know
I'll
that
be
guy.
damned. I miss that guy. I haven't talked to him in a long.
So yeah, it was
So
published by
busy with
Capcom, but
Atari.
yeah, for sure. Well, that's interesting. I forgot that it was a Digital Eclipse game. No wonder it was high quality.
So, Infinity, Chris, what are your thoughts on the game so far? Now that you've put some time into it, we're gonna. By the way, is there an embargo on reviews? I don't think we ever asked you if there was one. Like,
No.
Okay.
I think you asked, but that's good to ask. No, I think you asked, but we don't have any embargo. It's like
is Chris allowed to talk about the game before December?
Yeah. Well,
What are
I
your
was gonna
thoughts on
say,
it?
I
How does
figure
it hold up, Chris?
I was gonna say if most of the game was available, years ago, then I suppose it wouldn't hurt to say what the game actually is. No, I really like it. I really like what they were going for in it. I can kind of see some different influences. I'd say aesthetically, I mean, it's kind of hard to really differentiate yourself aesthetically as a 8-bit Game Boy Color RPG, but it reminded me a lot of Lufia the Legend Returns, which is my favorite Game Boy RPG. And also, like, the battle system actually kind of reminded me of this. It's a Super Famicom and PC Engine RPG that never came out in the US. I think it stayed in Japan, but it was called Emerald Dragon. And it had that system where when you got into a random battle, you'd move your characters around a field and then approach the enemy and then, actually, take them out tactical style really quickly rather than in a prolonged battle like a Fire Emblem or a Shining Force. So I'm like, wow. So Emerald Dragon and Lufia both together, that's a recipe for success if I ever saw one. I like that almost every background has an animated element to it. Like, it really feels very lively, which I really like. But and yeah, music's great too. I don't know if I've come across the Yuzo Koshiro track now. I just now learned about it, so.
It depends where in the game are you.
Great Forest right now.
Okay, so not yet.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
So, so far, how have you, the difficulty, the overall short story, because the Great Wood is really at the beginning, but it's how like easy the Chris the kid would have liked the game back then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I got a Game Boy Color back in 2000 because I was actually like a teenager, well, I guess I had a job, so, I was an adult, quote unquote. But yeah, when I saw that they had remade Crystallis, whatever, on the Game Boy Color, I bought a Game Boy Color and that game like that day. And so I actually lapsed a lot in the original Game Boy because I only had 2 games for it as a kid, and it got sold in a garage sale. And so I really didn't start my Game Boy portable gaming journey until I was already like an adult with a job. So kid me would have definitely loved it because I loved any RPG that was like this, and I love a good story, and it really draws you in. And but I like it as 43-year-old Chris. I'm still like, yeah, this is great.
I didn't know it took you that long to get into the Game Boy. Like, I don't remember what age I was, but I know I got a Game Boy for Christmas, and it was while this one store, Gaylord's, was still open. Hey, remember when you could just have places named Gaylord, like a hotel? We went and got the Game Boy, drove home, opened it, and the screen was fucked up. It had green lines going down the screen, and I couldn't even play Tetris. and the store was like an hour away. My grandmother's like, well, we're not going back today. So I had to wait like a month to get my Christmas present.
I have a good story for my first Game Boy. It's like, so first it wasn't for me because I have a brother and older brother, and at some point I think it was the perfect gift for a kid, and I don't know why my parents just offered that to my brother, because it's like, well, I think they kind of regret it after because of the addiction, and of the game. But at some point they bought a Game Boy, and there were an ad at this store which is like buy one get one free, something like that. And yeah. But at some point it was like so my parents just get the Game Boy and they receive a phone call telling like, hey, we have received your Game Boy. And it's like, but we just get the Game Boy. And so they check the ad, and it was like someone like you get like one extra Game Boy, something like that. And she went to the store, and they were like, oh no, it's an error, whatever. And she said, no, it's like you have advertised that you will get one Game Boy more for if you buy one, and it's how I get my Game Boy. So it was like 2 Game Boys for one. That was really nice. Like, and it was like a pack with a game, which I think it was like Navy SEAL or something like that, or Kung Fu Master. But well, we get both of game. But it was funny. It's like I wasn't supposed to get a Game Boy.
Nice.
Yes.
I love that.
Aki, how you doing over there? Just think of any questions yet?
No, I'm dumb. Leave me alone.
What are you doing over there? What are you doing, Aki?
I am playing Escape Sim 2 while trying to get my brain to
You
function.
should find a Game Boy Color emulator and try out this game called Infinity that we're talking about.
This is going to sound really surprising, but I don't understand how emulators work or function or anything, or else I'd be playing Legend of Dragoon every second of every day, and I probably wouldn't be on the show.
It's real easy.
Hey, Aki, there's a good question you could ask, like, hey, what are some of your favorite RPGs? Mine's Legend of Dragoon. Aki, take it away.
So that question... Because that is legitimately my favorite one. So...
Yeah, Gary, what are some of your favorite RPGs?
Yeah. That's a good question. For which console?
Any. Where did you start? What was your
Any,
first console?
So in fact, it wasn't a Game Boy. I think my parents get. I don't know if it was like it wasn't an Amiga wide. I had the name at some point. I get it. It was kind of a keyboard where you can put a cartridge on it. Don't recall the name.
Chris, any ideas?
I've seen
You
it
what?
before.
Keyboard, you put a cartridge in?
Yeah. In an Amstrad, I guess.
Oh, Amstrad. I don't know Amstrad very well at all.
Yeah, I guess it
We
was
found Chris's blind spot. Quick,
I
everyone's thinking
Amstrad.
Amstrad questions.
Yeah, British Consumer Electronic. Oh yes, that's it. Oh, but it looked like a ZX Spectrum, but it wasn't with a cassette. It was really with a cartridge, I guess. Well, I was kind of 5 or 6, so it's like it's a long time ago. But except that, I think it was the Game Boy, my first console. So yeah, and I think like my Game Boy RPG is I don't know the name in the US. It was Mystic Quest in Europe.
Mystic Quest was awesome. Not enough
Mystic
people
Quest,
like
Game
Mystic
Boy.
Quest.
And it was my
I love Mystic Quest.
my best RPG for Game Boy. Yeah, really nice Mystic Quest. And I think the name is different in the US. It's Final Fantasy Adventure.
Yeah, it's Adventure here too. Yeah, was that a Adventure? Was that a Seiken Densetsu in Japan? And Legend
Final
of
Fantasy.
Saga?
Oh my God! The European, the whole thing, with Europe and like that series, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
So the Final Fantasy Adventure in the US is Seiken Densetsu, and it was called Mystic Quest in Europe. But then Europe got Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and it's called something different over there too. So
I can't Square just like name things normally.
For the same
well,
reason
they do
Square
now. They just
does
didn't back then.
anything.
True.
Yeah, I mean, back in the early 90s, I guess the perception was because information about what's going on in Japan was not readily available in the United States. They were like, well, it would be less confusing if we, called things like something that was like relative to their region, like that would make sense.
Yeah.
So that's why we got Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, and Mystic Quest, where that was, Final Fantasy 1, 4, 6 in USA.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. I actually have a copy of Mystic Quest on a Super Famicom, like the actual Japanese version. And it does really say Final Fantasy USA on it. But it also says Mystic Quest, so, it's not like they really tried to confuse us or anything. It's just, all the information's there. It's just in a different order.
I still have my original Mystic Quest Game Boy cartridge.
It's a great game, yeah. We knew it as, like I said, Final Fantasy Adventure. And it's funny because it didn't get tied into the Mana series at all until it was re-released on the Game Boy Advance and remade as Sword of Mana, which a lot of people kind of didn't realize that's what that was. So
yeah, even if you kind of, there is mana stuff in Mystic Quest, but it's like, it's not in the name, really.
Yeah, it's got
Is that
rabbits,
a collection of mana too on Switch, the download.
It is, yes. Yeah, it's in there.
Speaking of the Switch, do you think we could ever see Infinity pop up on a Switch?
It's the plan, it's part of the Kickstarter. Tears, what stretch goal, sorry. So yeah, we should have Nintendo Switch and Steam at some point in 2026.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it was really the last stretch goal we put in the campaign, because we had to check so much stuff just to really make sure that we can do it, and that money-wise it's possible. So I think it's at like 2/3 of the campaign we had the Switch stuff. It's why it wasn't at the beginning of the campaign, because we were really like we make sure that it's in the proper way. So yeah, at some point. Yeah.
On a selfishly personal level, I am going to ask you to consider an Xbox version and PlayStation as well. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? I think
Aki and I are Xbox fans, so I'm sure Aki would give this a go on Xbox.
Probably.
Hey, I'll do. It's like, Aki, do you want to play a game? No. It has achievements. Okay, fine.
I guess.
Her and Bri are like that. It has
I'm the opposite.
Achievements. Give it to me.
I have gotten all the achievements on I think exactly one video game ever.
Which one?
Skyrim.
You got all the achievements in it?
Yeah.
Man,
on the
that's tough.
PS5 version. Well, PS4 version, but on PS5. No, it's not tough. I mean, you just do a regular, like, kind of semi-completionist playthrough, and you'll get them all, except for, like, 2. There's 2 of them that are like, this is specifically something you would never do in the game unless somebody asked you to. So, and those weren't too hard to set up. It was just annoying.
Fair.
Yeah. But then again, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim, so maybe what I consider easy is not as much for other people, because I always play it on the highest difficulty.
Yeah. Oh man, we've been creeping up on about an hour here. Chris, were there any questions that you wanted to ask still?
I mean, it's more really about, it's kind of funny because it's like, Infinity, I definitely see the vision. And of course, even though this stuff will be released out of order, I'll be reviewing it in real time later, but you'll probably have already heard it by this point. So, I'm going to give all my thoughts about it. But it's like, I'm more interested in like all these other games.
There's so many games on your web. Like Gary, what are some of your highlights that Incubate is selling?
Yeah.
So, some are my just personal favorite, like The Machine. Yeah, I
was just looking at that. That's a really cool one.
Yeah, it's really... So Ben Director is really a specific, a really special developer. He's super good with storytelling, and also he really, mastered the Game Boy Studio software, so he can really do a lot of stuff really nice. And he has his, own universe and everything. So The Machine is kind of a satire of the the modern world. So it's really like cynic, and I think you should not put that in the hand of a child.
It looks like it's kind of has a cutesy look, but it's like it does look like it's kind of serious, or
well, it's really satirical. It's so funny. There is some situation where you're like, what the fuck? Just like, hey, I get it. It's like so the machine. The machine have 25 different ending, and I think there is one variation for each ending. I guess so. I guess it's mostly 50. But the main point is the machine is like a machine just rolling over the planet and destroying everything, and you are living in that machine, and it's really like a pyramid. So at the bottom it's just like the hillbillies and the worker and everything, and at the top it's really like the president and all the elites and the billionaires and everything. And each playthrough is around 1 and 2 hours. So each time you are discovering new stuff, and you can find new paths to go to the upper part of the machine. So it's the escalation in the hierarchy of the machine, and also the kind of human society and whatever. Nice. It's really funny because each time the beginning of the game, it's just like a school test, and it will determine what and who you will be in the machine. So basically you will just be really bad at the test at the very beginning because you have no idea of the answer. So you will start as a worker in the factory, or a cop. It's the two first option, which is pretty funny. And each time you get the life of the machine, the answer and the stuff, you can start higher in the hierarchy. It can be like politician or whatever, and it's really funny because each playthrough you can encounter the potential people you can be, So at some point you play like the worker, but at some point, if you play the cop, you will probably beat the worker at some point. So it's really, the game is really funny. It's really super satirical. It's really funny.
That's awesome.
It's a great game.
Definitely have to check that out. I like that y'all have demos too. That's really nice.
Yeah, we don't have demo for every game. We should, because it's a little bit more complicated. The Metamorphosis collection is cool too. It's a collection of 3 games from the same developer as the machine. Cool. It's more like an horror compilation, horror games. There are 2 really short games which were listed for game jams and stuff. And the last one is more like a survival horror on Game Boy, which is super surprising, but it worked really well, surprisingly.
One of the games is called The Possum Country. Oh my God, I need that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool.
Oh no, I just wanted to say I also noticed this game Wing Warriors, which I love shmups, and there really weren't a lot of shmups on the Game Boy Color. I mean, even the original Game Boy had a lot more. So
yeah, and I think it's it's not the only one we have, because Gunship is also like a shmup, and Genesis 1 and 2 are also little shmups. But Wing Warrior is really like more fast-paced shmup, so that's really cool, and it's in color. And Gunship have a vibration motor in the cartridge, so each time you shot or you get hit, the cartridge is vibrating in your hand. That's really
that's really cool.
That's super cool.
Yep, that's nice.
Vibration in a Game Boy.
Yeah.
They had those on the Game Boy Color though. They used to have those big battery pack like tops, so that they'd like a Top Rally or a Top Gear Rally.
Pokemon
I think had it.
Pinball had
Little
it?
Mermaid 2. Little Mermaid 2 Pinball had it.
I think there's like Perfect Dark Pokemon Pinball too.
Yeah,
I didn't know Little Mermaid had a pinball game. I wonder if Damage knows about that.
not Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid 2. There is a difference.
Oh, son of a... Close.
Yeah, it's based on the sequel. Yeah, I actually own both of those cartridges, and my Little Mermaid 2 sadly does not work, so I had to play it on, emulated version. And of course I didn't get the Rumble at that point, but whatever.
Then what's the point, really?
Yeah, somebody offered to like fix the motor on the cartridge, and I was just like, nah, it's okay. I don't need it that much.
Are you sure?
I appreciate the offer, but I don't need to go through that kind of hassle for Little Mermaid 2 Pinball. I think it cost me $5 or something.
Trash Rando asked in chat if the games are available digitally. They found the digital collection, but it's still a good question. If people aren't interested in the physical versions, all these games you can buy digital ROMs of, correct?
Yes. Yeah. We have like a digital edition section in the website, and you can get every game has a ROM, and some of them have a little extra, like the OST and wallpapers and whatnot. So because there is so much people playing with emulators and stuff, so
I'm about to snag a couple of these, actually, the digital versions. So this is great.
Chris is going on a buying spree.
No, not a spree. I gotta wait a little bit before I can do any more sprees.
So for the people who want to do a buying spree, Gary, where can people keep up to date with you, what you're doing? Where can people buy the games? Give us all the info.
Yeah, so we have like all the usual social media, but like mostly we have also the newsletter on Incubate Games website at the really bottom of the homepage, where you can register. If not, we try to keep updated our social media. If you just follow on Instagram or Blue Sky or X or Thread or whatever, we are everywhere. And so that's it. Or the newsletter. It's kind of super useful when we just release a new game, or for example, we will say somewhere told this week that the digital edition of Discrete Orange will be available, which is a new Game Boy Advance game, like a puzzle game, which is extremely hard, and you will just sweat super hard on it. And it's
Nice.
but it's really cute. It's cute and super hard. So it's
said
it's like it doesn't work in your brain. It's super cute but super hard at the same time. So yeah, so newsletter or social medias, or just you can check on our incubategames.com website, and if a game is interesting for you and we don't have it, there is like a notify me option on each product page if the game is sold out, so that way we can just send an email or an SMS to you just to say, hey, it's in stock. So yep, that's how it works.
Very cool.
More
And,
websites need that functionality. I don't know why they don't have a notify me thing. Every website that sells stuff needs that.
Yeah. Agreed.
For sure. And also, just for the future listeners of the podcast who, are just listening, that's Incubate is spelled INCUBE, the number 8, and then games.com.
Indeed.
And of course, we'll have links in the show notes if you were checking this out after the fact.
Yeah.
On the YouTubes or the iTunes or whatever the hell you listen to us on. If you listen to us, thank you if you do. Nice. We appreciate it. Gary, I know we've been chatting for a while. Is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't bring up?
There is so much stuff to say with Infinity, but Chris, you will see when you will play the game. There is we have packed stupid stuff in the game, like visually thing that you don't see usually in a Game Boy Color game, for example.
That's awesome.
But,
really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's and you will see that the script is a little bit darker than what you have encountered at the moment. So, and in fact, the game should have been even darker, but they kind of polish a little bit the script because it's still it's still for the Game Boy Color. But the script writer told us that initially it was way more darker, which is the game is dark, really, you will say the game is pretty dark.
It's got a really mature tone, for sure.
Yeah, and funny thing, like the script has been written in like 3 days, because when the game have been developed, the guys was between 19 and 20 years, so they were super young. They are still young in somehow, But so Mark, the script writer, was hired 3 days before leaving the country because he was still at school. He's a lawyer now. But during all his law school, he kept write script for games, and he have worked for BioWare, for multiple super big license, and he had 3 days just to write the script. That's the funny part. So he just pack all the childhood memories of all the RPGs you think about, just to kind of condense everything in Infinity. And so that's why there is so much like a little reference or whatever. It's funny. It's really like an homage to the genre, and also like those old game like post I would say like 2001 pre 2001. So that's really funny.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it's a surprisingly polished game. We have spent so much time in that stuff, and I hope people will enjoy it. Well, I know they will, because we have like multiple dozen of QA testers which have played the games, and we have just positive comments and stuff. So maybe they are a bit biased because they are super enjoy they enjoy a lot the game and stuff, but I've spent 4 years on that game, so I know it has a good potential, and it's kind of refreshing. It's a new RPG for the Game Boy Color 20 years after the console died. It's a bit like
console never died. I never stopped playing it.
Yeah, only batteries
True.
die.
Exactly.
And it's an RPG and a tactical RPG, which is really old for the not old, but like not common for the console.
Yeah, it's classic.
And, it's classic. It's it's not like an action adventure like Zelda or Pokemon or whatever. So it's really old school RPG. So if you want like a dark story, like dark story, incredible graphics, I don't know. It's get Infinity or just well, we will have the digital edition at some point available in 1 or 2 weeks because the game is finished, so we can just release the digital edition. So maybe when people will listen to the podcast, they will be able to grab the digital edition before the physical edition. And enjoy because it's we have sweat a lot and nobody was thinking that we will finish the game and everything, but we kind of we have
congratulations.
nailed
it
it.
is here. It is done. It will be flying off of internet shelves in December. And hopefully we will keep everybody updated when that goes on sale. We will send a message out to our viewers. We'll make a mention on the show, something like that. Gary, I want to thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with us, chatting with us. We are going to take a quick break with the show, listen to a little music, and we will be back with more. Chris and Aki, thanks for being here for this part. I don't know who's going to be here after the break because I don't know what show this is going on. Gary, it's been absolutely awesome having you on. Do you have any final words to end the interview?
I would like to thank everyone for this happy chat and all the stuff and everything. And well, pre-order Infinity, it's now. And thank you everyone for the joy and the lovely words. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Another huge thanks to Gary at Incubate Games for coming on, hanging out, chatting Infinity with us. Aki and Bri are here. How are you two doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing amazing. I got donuts, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Gotcha.
Donuts are worth knowing about. You get a hail.
How's things going? It's just us right now. Jacob will be joining eventually. Got something going on. We'll find out.
A pretty fun day. It's Indri's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Indri. Wait, we need...
So...
Hold on. Getting there.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, he got to eat some of his favorite foods today. And, oh my. Look what he just typed in chat.
Oh, no.
He highlighted the message and everything.
No. I got to read it because it's highlighted. It says unique. Aki.
Entry, just as a reminder, I'm not your wife. I will beat your ass. I don't care that it's your birthday. Thank you, Thumper.
Oh, so how's everyone's past week? It feels like this week is a little happier than the past few weeks have been, at least in the world.
I guess.
A little bit of positivity is better
some
than what we've
positivity in
had
that,
for the rest of the fucking year.
I think I've missed something. What was the positivity? Because I missed it.
The election.
Yeah, there were some elections that went good, I think.
Yeah.
For
Good.
some people.
Pennsylvania retained all three of the Democratic judges that were up for, I guess,
Isn't that
keeping on. You don't vote
very
them
blue
in. It's just
state?
you keep them on or not.
Yeah, that.
Like a
But
vote of
isn't,
confidence, yeah.
isn't that a very blue state? So that was going to happen.
Pennsylvania?
anyways?
No, we're a swing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I like it when we're blue, but who knows?
I think most people prefer it when it's blue, because then it's not stupid.
Unless they're balls.
No, it's unless they suck balls. There's
Get
a
it? Blue
difference.
balls? Blue balls. Get it?
Oh!
Blue balls.
Okay, now I get it. Fair. What else did I miss that made this week better? Or was that it?
I think the New York mayor election is like the big thing. And it's funny because a lot of Democrats are like trying to ignore it because he's not their Democrat. It's so dumb. Politics are the dumbest shit in the world. Like, yay, our guy's winning, but he's not like our guy. Oh, fuck him then. Keep Trump around, whatever. It does lead to my favorite news of the week, though. Let us kick off the news with the biggest news of the week. Sandwich guy was found not guilty of assault.
What?
He's the guy who threw the sandwich at the ICE agent. They
I didn't know about
wanted
that.
him for felony assault.
Oh, yeah.
He ended up going to court as misdemeanor assault, which led to hilarious things like the agent who was hit being on stand saying he could feel the sandwich through his bulletproof vest.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch, it's a
What?
sandwich.
Lying cunt.
He smelled of mustard. Oh my God, poor baby.
I mean, by all technicality, that is assault. I don't like that it's assault, but technically that is assault. It's stupid, but it is.
The jury decided that it was more along the lines of a temper tantrum, as the prosecution or the defense likened it to having a parent take a toy away, and then the baby hit you with the toy, like a teddy bear getting hit with the teddy bear. Fucking vicious.
I like that.
Yeah, so the sandwich guy was found not guilty. The ICE agent he hit, though, was convicted of being a gigantic pussy.
Yep. I can't believe they're still being funded. Jesus.
Yeah, but no one can eat. Ah, yay.
I know. I'm one of them.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think a judge is forcing SNAP
Yeah, it's
benefits
supposed to be
go
fixed
out,
by tomorrow. So. Yep.
They're saying that he has to, but I mean, the courts told him he had to get that one dude that he illegally deported that was an American citizen and a war vet, and he's still not back in the US, and that was a long time ago. So,
shrug. How about some video game news?
All right.
Please, anything but politic news, yes.
Rockstar
We can talk about
was in the news
prostate
this
if we
week
need
for a
to.
couple of things. First
God.
up with reports that they were union busting. Then came the reply from Rockstar that the people they fired were let go for leaking confidential internal information. So they were justified in releasing them. Then there were protests against Rockstar for letting them go, demanding they be returned with back pay. And then Grand Theft Auto got delayed to next November.
Don't
We're
worry,
not
it'll
even
be delayed
in
again.
2026 yet, and it got delayed again.
There was no way it was coming out when they first listed its date. Come on now, you knew that.
That wasn't first listed. That's been delayed how many times?
It has? I thought that was the first time they actually had
It was
a
supposed to
specific
be
date
out
for
already. It was supposed to be out this fall.
Oh, Jesus.
It got bumped to May. And now they're like, never mind, no May.
May was the first time they had a date for it. Oh my. Oh no.
Maybe this fall didn't have like an exact date, but it was absolutely supposed to be out this fall.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I agree with Thember, but it will be delayed a third time. I believe that.
Probably.
I mean, it's going to be a huge game, so, fair.
But as of now, we are now back to over a year before GTA comes out.
Don't worry. By this time next year, it'll probably be like another half year before it comes out.
Delayed again to go to next gen.
Probably.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Nor would I. It's probably going to be one of the first games that's going to be on both gens, and it's going to suffer for it, just like the start of every generation tends to do. I bet it'll be like that.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We don't even know what the fuck next gen is going to be. Like, there's no more real technical leaps we could make in terms of visuals and games. How more realistic do you get?
I mean, there's, 8K TVs out there now, aren't there? Not many, but...
Sure, you could get better resolution. It's still going to be, like, you can only get so realistic.
Yeah.
So bigger resolution and more frame. Like, you can only... I don't know. You can only look so good. I think right
now they're focusing on AI to get it acting better, to give you an experience that's all your own, that no one else is going to have. No, I'm not using the word fuck you. So that's what lots of companies seem to be wanting to focus on, is getting systems to react with individuals in completely different ways than like just setting everything up. So and I don't think that tech will ever function really, but that seems to be what everyone's trying to push towards.
I don't know. So, I think next gen PS6 is going to be another graphical powerhouse with, fast speeds, this, that. Xbox is clearly trying to go the hybrid route. We'll see what actually happens when actual details get announced and it's not nothing but rumors. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm sure next fall we'll see some details on what's going to happen, but...
Yeah, I know what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to keep using Steam.
Okay.
Cheaper.
Okay. Game Pass. Bunch of games joining Game Pass this month. First half of the month lineup was announced. And, wow. This week on the 5th, we got Dead Static Drive.
Oh, huh?
Today on the 6th, we got Whiskerwood on the PC.
Nice.
And Egging On.
Yes.
I want to play that one.
Yeah, me too.
See what that's all about.
Either of those. I am looking.
If you don't know what Egging On is, the yoke's on you. Tomorrow we are getting Void Train on Game Pass Ultimate.
Cool.
And then next week on the 11th, Great God Grove. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, so an older one.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
it's a good one.
Pigeon Simulator.
So Bri, how quickly are you going to start playing that?
I'm definitely interested. We'll see what the achievements look like.
On the 12th, Relic Hunter's Legend and Winter Burrow.
Nice.
Bri is going to, at the very least, want Winter Burrow, like, really badly.
I figured
Probably.
You wanted Winter Burrow.
I do, too. Yeah.
Yay!
Anything that gives me the ability to play out my red wall fantasies as a child, I'm going to take.
Vertically Impaired, welcome in with the 92-month sub.
Nice.
Oh,
why do
that's
you do
crazy.
this to
92
yourself?
months. Thank you, Tony. Love seeing you in here. You got to start streaming again. I miss watching you. And then November 14th, some fucking indie called Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Yeah.
Meh.
Everyone's going to be playing it except me.
No, I won't either.
I will be playing Pigeon Simulator.
Yep. Same.
Or because that comes out on the 14th, you're going to want to be playing these because they leave on the 15th. A handful of games gotta leave the program, obviously. There's some good ones here, and there is a massive one we are losing. Blacksmith Master is leaving, even though it is still in game preview. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Football Manager 2024 and Football Manager 2024 Console Edition are both gone because we got the new ones on. Apparently 2025 Console Edition runs like shit.
Yeah, I've been hearing some bad stuff about that. People are very unhappy.
I saw videos of like single-digit frame rates. No lies.
Right.
No exaggeration at all. Because I know people like to say, oh, if it's 30 frames, it's unplayable. This shit was 8 frames a second. It was awful.
Yikes.
It was worse than Claymation.
Fucking
It was,
hell.
wow. Frostpunk is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Have you finished that, Bri?
I didn't start it.
I am shooketh to my core. I figured that would be something you'd want, because it's frosty as fuck.
Yeah.
How about Spirit
Didn't
Tea?
look like the thing. Spirit Tea is the only one on this list I kind of thought I might want to play, and I don't have time, so it'll go on the wish list for a sale or something.
And then the one I'm kind of bummed about because I still haven't fired it up. It's like all year I've been hurt. So I'm going to have to find a way to buy it. But Stalker 2, Art of Chernobyl is leaving after a year, and it will be releasing on PlayStation very soon, which is cool.
It's a shame. It's great that it's releasing on PlayStation. It's a shame it's leaving Game Pass. That's
Yeah, but I'm sure that's what the agreement was. Like, yeah, we get a 1-year exclusive. You stay on Game Pass the full year, and then do what you want. We don't care.
Yeah.
Which is the way to do it. It's just a shame they're not keeping it on Game Pass as well.
True. It can always come back. You never know.
I'm sure at some point it will.
Let PlayStation have their fun for a while. So, you can still buy it on Xbox. It's not like the game's going away. So
yeah.
More big news for PlayStation.
Oh, so close.
What?
Sorry. Football game.
Oh, you're watching.
Yep.
I like that now you're into the game. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm reading the news and you saw the run. What the 5? PlayStation. The Portal got a new update this week. And it is easily the biggest update for the system to date. It now officially supports PlayStation Cloud streaming. It is out of beta. It is a premium PS Premium user only feature right now, but it has a library of, quote, thousands of games to stream if you own them, and hundreds from the PS Plus catalog.
Nice.
Thank you, Bojangles.
Seems like they are taking a leap ahead, possibly, of Xbox with the cloud streaming game. Because Xbox, they'll add like 60 games here, 60 games there. If PlayStation is advertising thousands off the bat, massive step ahead. Just think of how many early Xbox One games are not playable via cloud. But I would imagine out of the thousands of games, a bunch of PS4 games.
We got a touchdown.
Yep, they did. Touchdown.
Why? It's unbelievable.
But yeah, now you could game on your Portal without needing to use your PS5 at all.
That's
and you can play something different on your PS5. Or someone could play something different on your PS5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vampire Survivors is getting a new crossover, but different this time. It is not a new DLC, it is a new game. Ponkel is teaming up with Auroch Digital to create Warhammer Survivors, official Warhammer characters and weapons, and an official Survivors game. It will launch next year and can be wishlisted on Steam right now. I know Poncle, they usually do Steam and then work PC later, or work console later, so we might see that trickle out over the platforms over the coming months, but at least on Steam, Warhammer Survivors happening next year.
Nice.
Very cool. Condemned has been delisted on Steam and Xbox.
That sucks. That
The
was a great
original
game.
Condemned. I think I know why. This is the 20th anniversary of the game. I am guessing that Sega had a 20-year deal with the IP owner, who used to work at Monolith Soft, the devs of the game, and that guy is now the sole owner of the Condemned IP. I guess Sega can't release it anymore or sell it anymore, so...
That's a shame. That was a good game. Though I guess probably after this long, people probably weren't buying it anyways. But man, that was such a good goddamn game.
I love the people online who are like, why didn't they warn us? I could have bought it. You had 20 years, dude. Get a
It would
disc.
still be nice because some people put this stuff off until they're like, oh, I need to buy it now.
Oh.
I better get
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you just mentioned it and I don't own it, so that sucks.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, Joe, you do that even.
I know. I don't have
so does
Omori
Jacob.
on Xbox because it left Game Pass and got delisted. It happens, but life will move on. I didn't have time to buy Omori. That was only on the service for a few months and then gone for good. Condemned has been available for 20 years.
I know,
Yeah.
but still. it'd be
Across
nice if they
3
gave
console
warnings.
generations. And you could still play it with a disc.
True. Oh,
Well,
I
I'll
wonder
get it
how
on
much
disc.
my disc copy is going to be worth.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they gave heads ups, but when it's a 20-year game, I'm sorry. Can act a little earlier.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's
if
why I
they
don't
didn't
have.
need
That's
to
why I
buy
don't
it
have
right now, they just
Enchanted
took it
Arms
off.
digital. I waited too long. Literally, the weekend I was going to buy it, it got delisted earlier that week, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
have that
Sounds
one on
about
disc.
right. That sucks.
Yeah, I have a disc of that too. So, but I wanted digital, and Ubisoft
Yeah,
was like,
that's fair.
"No, fucker." Oh well. Good news for you, Aki. Silent Hill 2 was rated for Xbox by the E ESRB.
Can't keep out jingles, folks. Apparently that one's really good, so I'm excited for it. Can't wait to get the joke ending with the dog.
They keep that in the remake.
Yeah. I think they kept
Nice.
all of the original endings and then added 2 new ones.
Nice. Last bit of news I have is that Unbeatable, a rhythm adventure where music is illegal and you do crimes. That's the line on the Steam
Yep, that's
page.
the tag.
From D-Cell Games and PlayStack was delayed hours before release. QA discovered a progression blocking bug. They said it was a low repro bug, so it was not easy to reproduce, but it's severe enough that they were like, we could either fix it and delay it, or we could fix it and delay it, because not fixing it is not an option. That's what the
Right.
Good
devs
on
said.
them.
They said not fixing it was not an option to them at all. They had a discussion, and literally after the discussion ended, they posted on Steam, hey, we're delaying this. They could have delayed it very, very shortly. Instead, the new release date is December 9th. And they explain that because November is fucking packed with releases.
Fair.
Like Call of Duty. They're like, we had a nice little island like in the middle of a bunch of releases. We don't have that anymore. So now we're going to after all the releases.
That is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. Now that's my news. Aki, what do you got?
Nothing. I've just been playing review games all week. I have not paid attention to anything.
Could have sworn there was something this week I thought you wanted to talk about.
I'm pretty sure there were a couple things, but I've since forgotten. So
That's why I take notes, because I will totally forget.
true.
Usually I
That's why I
post
have one
the
night
news
one
article
note open
somewhere.
all the time.
Yeah, I
Bree.
usually post stuff in Discord, and I forgot to.
Bree, what kind of news you got?
Well, I've got good news. I've got bad news. What do we want first?
Bad
Let's
news.
go bad first.
All right, Square Enix is laying off over 100 people in the UK and US in an effort to consolidate its publishing and development to Japan. Layoffs started today and will continue until the end of the week. They already sold off some companies and IPs and laid off employees last year. And then there's more bad news. They shared during the presentation today, where they talked about that they plan to do 70% of QA and debugging work by generative AI by the end of 2027.
I'm going to
They
need you
previously-
to
Their
fuck
games
off,
are getting
sir.
worse.
Yeah, they previously stated something along the lines of planning an aggressive use of AI in production going forward.
Ouch.
Great. They're games that are already generic as shit half the time are going to be AI. Oh, God, no. Why?
Which ones are generic as shit?
All the Assassin's Creeds lately have been fairly generic playing.
That's Ubisoft.
Were we not just talking about Ubisoft?
Nope, Square Enix.
Oh, Square. Didn't we start this by talking about Ubisoft?
No.
No,
Really?
we were talking about Rockstar earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then Bree's like, Square Enix, good news or bad news? And we're like, bad news. And then her first words are like, Square Enix. And you're like,
that was turned to Ubisoft to me, and I don't know why. No.
Scooby Enixoft.
Yes, exactly. That's how I got it. See, I was right.
Like, I had to stop myself partially through that second one because I didn't know how the mixture was going to come out, and I was worried it was going to be bad.
I can thinking on it, I can see where that could be bad. Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Square with AI.
Yep.
Shit.
Aggressively using AI. That's their plan.
My concern is, will it just be for QA or will it be for development?
They also talked to the aggressive commentary came from an article a little while ago where they had said something about aggressively using that's a quote, the aggressively for development and publishing. I know how they intend to use it overall. I don't know if that means art, if that means I don't know. But this most recent presentation said that they were planning to do 70% of their QA and debugging through AI.
That's scary as shit. Like, Square has some of the best artists under their employ, including Yoshitaka Amano.
Yep.
And if they're going to take his work and, like, fucking AI-ify it, ugh.
Yeah, but even if it was just QA, that would still be fucking horrific. Like, when people get rid of their QA teams, everything goes to shit. We have seen that time and time again. If you port it to AI, it's going to be just as shit, if not worse.
Well, to be fair, we don't know how AI can handle finding bugs.
Yep.
Like, that's uncharted territory, really. And if that's what they're going to
be
train it for,
as good as everything else.
Like,
badly.
it's possible this could be one of the, quote, good uses of AI, but if they're going to use generative AI for development in art assets and shit like that, I don't want anything. Keep it away from us. They're going to use it for music. Keep it away from us.
There's a problem even with that. Even if you train an AI to be like, oh, go do these whole bunch of different things that we can think of. The reason why QA people exist is because they think along lines that the developers don't, or else they wouldn't need to exist.
So my thoughts are they going to have the 70% AI QA and then hand it off to a smaller team to do final checks and comb through?
I guess I don't trust it though.
I don't either.
Bad.
But
also,
like,
Bree,
I want this AI
injury.
bubble to burst.
I don't want it to
too busy
burst. I
watching
want someone
football.
to drop kick it. Okay,
I want it to just explode and disappear.
that would be
Get rid
nice.
of it. Get rid of the AI shit. Like, generative AI is getting significantly worse because it keeps ripping off itself and getting worse and worse results. And it just keeps getting shittier. It's like all the jiggly shit that they did how long ago has been redone over and over and over and over and over. The AI images just have like a sepia haze to them now.
Good. The worse it gets, hopefully, the less likely people are to use that dog shit. Because I know Ghibli and a few other places. I think Square Enix was actually one of those. And I think another really big one, probably Nintendo. All three of them were like, yeah, no, y'all need to stop fucking using our shit.
Yeah, because it's
for AI.
stealing their IP. It's just blatant
and it is
IP
pissing them all
theft.
off.
That's what I don't get with the people who defend AI. Like this, it's just straight up theft. It is theft. AI, it trains off of something. What does it train off of? Other people's works. How did they get those works?
Illegally!
Blah, 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 blah.
What confuses me is the
Big
big
Adam, how did they get those
corporations.
works?
What really confuses me are the big companies that are like, we're going to start using AI to create parts of our game and stuff, when courts have already dictated in most places that if an AI makes something, no one owns it because the AI made it and it cannot own things, which means if they create something with AI, they have no legal ownership of it. Why would they make games with that stuff? Because then suddenly they don't own any of that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that because all these companies are really big into owning everything and being able to sue on the drop of a fucking hat.
And
But once
while
they
we talk
start,
about
like, getting
things
all the
getting
characters
shittier,
made-
we got to address things getting really shitty.
Yeah,
Jacob's
shut up.
here. How's things going?
Welcome
Things
in,
all right over
Jacob.
there?
Yeah, I just had to help my kid with his homework.
Oh, okay. We were worried
Yeah.
maybe one of your kids was sick or something.
Nah, I would have told Joe, like, and just like I would have told you guys if one of my kids was like that sick,
Wow.
and just be like, "Can we move to Friday?"
So what's the homework that they need help with?
So they have like a weekly novel study that they have to do, and it's like read like 3 chapters of this book, and then the next week it's like chapters 4 through 6, and then 7 through 10, like that kind of stuff. So they break it up into chunks, and each week they have to do. It's not like, I mean, they're not presenting anything, but they're doing like Google Slides, which is like Microsoft PowerPoint, and they have to do like 6 different slides on each one, and like each one's like a different thing that they have to talk about, different aspects of the book. Like, how would you describe the main character? Come up with 6 different adjectives.
I am so glad that I graduated forever ago. I would have failed. I would not pass this class. Period. Oh God.
Here's the thing.
Come on, we were a lot smarter when we were in school. Now we're old and dumb.
Here's the amount of books that I read for school, even though I graduated through all my years. Here's a list of all of them. Look at that. I listed them all.
I can't see anything.
Exactly.
Oh.
Did you hear me list them all?
No.
No, yes, you did. You heard every last one of them.
Hockey's like,
Bitch, you heard me.
Exactly. I had an English class where all we did was read novels and write stuff on it. I didn't read a single fucking page. That was an entire semester.
There were so many book reports I fudged myself through in English class growing up, in lit class, whatever it was, reading. I stole so many free pizzas by claiming I read books I didn't.
I actually read those books, and I got lots of free pizzas.
Joe, you are the reason why Pizza Hut is having financial issues. All those fucking personal pan pizzas, they still have yet to recover from the book it of 91.
Oh, man, I would keep them in business now if they had one in town. I miss Pizza Hut.
I haven't
I
had
don't know if I
Pizza
have one
Hut
nearby.
since back then when I used
do.
to
They
read books
finally
for that
seem to have
shit.
gotten their shit together, but weirdly, you have to order through DoorDash to make it work. Like it's really bizarre. If you use the Pizza Hut app, they're like, "Yeah, fuck this guy. I'm canceling his order." But DoorDash, like, you know, you get top-notch service with that shit. Even if you just like put it to pickup. Like there's like I've never had any issues with a DoorDash Pizza Hut order. It's really weird. I think there's a conspiracy, but
like technically we could DoorDash Pizza Hut, but it's in Bloomsburg. So when we
So
we do, we're
like
like
a 30-minute drive, isn't it?
Yeah, so we usually throw like a $10 tip if we do that. So we don't do it often.
Yeah, I haven't had Pizza Hut since back in like late elementary school, I think. Back when
Apparently, we have one in town.
that reading thing used to be a thing, because I used to read books to get that shit too.
You know something I can't find anymore? Long John Silver's.
I thought you were going to say your penis, but yeah. I haven't seen one of those restaurants either.
All of those are like the one in Hazleton closed, the one in Bloomsburg closed.
What about the one in Edwardsville? Is it still alive?
It's still fucking there, man.
God
Nothing
himself could not
is in
kill
that
Long
plaza.
John Silver's.
Redner's was in that plaza. Kmart was in that plaza. Rental stores, shoe stores, hair salons. Everything is gone after the floods. Long John stands tall.
My God, it seriously does. It closes in 16 minutes. Jesus Christ.
I ate there like 2 weeks ago when I went up for a doctor appointment.
I
God
mean, when
bless that
things
Long John
flood, the
Silver's.
place that sells all the fish and other, sea critters ain't gonna
No,
close.
the funny thing, the way it's stationed in that area is it just avoids the floodwaters.
Oh,
shit.
yeah. 'Cause it's right up at the top of the...
It's at the top of the parking lot, which is like kind of on a hill, and everything else is much lower, and the river flows over the road down into the stores, and Long John's just standing tall, like, yeah, you can't fucking touch me.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I've eaten there one time. That was it.
I like their chicken.
I was going to say, Joe's a slut for their hush puppies.
No. No fucking way. Gross. Onions in them. Nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
What's a hush puppy?
My dad told me, oh, it's just like fried bread. No, there's onions in that shit.
Oh, my God.
So it's onion bread.
It's like onion dough.
I'd say it's actually closer to like cornmeal.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds terrible.
No, it's fine. I can't believe that shopping center behind it's still standing. Like, I'm looking at a Google Street View of it right now from
nothing's
August
in it.
2025. Yeah, well, no, I know nothing could be in it.
No.
It's just.
I mean,
Yeah,
Kmart
there's
reopened
fucking-
after the floods, which blew everybody's mind. It's like Kmart closing down stores left and right. Reopened after a flood, closed down like 6 months later. Why? Why did you reopen it?
Because they had plans for it. But the thing is that Kmart ended up actually suing over that because they were like, there was a lot of issues with the building that the management had not disclosed.
Ugh.
Or the reports had said, like, yeah, this is totally fine. Like the reports that management had provided. And it's like, yeah, there was an actual lawsuit behind it. Like, it wasn't just Kmart being all willy-nilly and trying to get out of shit.
No, I don't think they were trying to get out of shit. I think they were closing down because their company's going under.
No, that one was actually supposed to, like, at the time they were struggling, but like that Edwardsville one, that was actually supposed to be like the first in like 20 or so new stores that just obviously never came to fruition.
Because they closed the Wilkes-Barre one down, which is
That one
literally a
sucked.
10-minute drive from the other Kmart. They're both gone now, but whatever.
Yeah.
But man, once that lawsuit with those landlords is over, Kmart's back up and running, motherfucker. They're going to get that Pennsylvania landlord payout. Kmart's back on track worldwide.
We'll have to fly over to Australia just to shop at a Kmart.
I think Ryan Niemiller, when he was overseas, saw a Kmart.
Yeah.
Like a Radio Shack. Step through time.
Well, there's still Radio Shacks around.
Not many.
Well, yeah, not many, because I mean, like the chain itself has gone under, but like they're still existing under the Radio Shack brand. I don't know how the hell it works, but
Yeah, like the last Blockbuster.
which would also be very cool to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
So, Jacob, what news do you have?
I'm not done with my news.
Oh, Bree, what news do you have?
I only did the bad news, and we got talking about AI for so long.
That's right.
Did we finish the bad news?
Yes, I have. I have
Okay.
good news from here
Thank
on out.
fuck.
A24, the independent entertainment company that makes film and TV productions, has acquired the rights to Overcooked and teamed up with Netflix to possibly develop a reality series adaptation. If it's going to be produced, it will only be in the very early stages now, but there was no further comment from Netflix or A24 about what they were doing with it, but they got the rights to it. So
Jacob's going to stab you for stealing his news.
Oh no.
I could have hit a
already
button, though.
have
It's
this,
movie
though.
watch. There.
But it's a TV show.
Yeah,
It could be a
that's why I
TV
didn't
or
mess
movie.
with
It's A24, so you never know.
I just
No,
you know,
Oh,
it's definitely
I
going
know
to-
the news as well.
All right.
Yeah, it's a reality show. Yeah,
but they already
unscripted.
have
It's
it. Is what's really confusing. It's called Kitchen Nightmares. It's already a thing. It's been a thing.
Well, yeah, I know, but I assume that this is going to be like some sort of game show where like the kitchen actually moves around them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Ooh.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, it is. Double
No.
Dare with cooking. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
there
because
you
I
go.
figure what it is that I figure that the furniture itself moves around on automation, not like actual tiles out of the floor. Although
Yeah.
I like that idea too.
That'd still be a lawsuit waiting to happen. I still don't think they would pull that off. People are
I mean,
way
if
too
you-
likely to
if
get
you
hurt
sign-
doing that.
Yeah, but if you sign, like, I mean, there's really not a whole lot that they could do.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be legal for them to make it because it is too dangerous, whether you sign or not.
Waivers. Take care of
I
everything.
mean, have you ever watched like the first season of American Gladiators? Like that is some.
I mean, that was a
sketchy
different
ass
time.
shit.
Let's be fair. That was a way
I-
different time.
I know, but like that was super sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah. The Falconeer got a Revolution remaster on November 5th that is free to Steam owners. It has
Cool.
all new graphics, overhauled flight controls, story pacing improvements, and more. No word yet if there's going to be a console remaster as well, but I'm hopeful. That was a very cool game.
Nice.
And then my last bit of news was really just kind of a follow-up to a review from last week. I wanted to say that I talked about Dreamed Away having a visual glitch issue, and I'm happy to report that it's been fixed. There was a new patch just today addressing some other small issues. But yeah, Nico and Pineapple Works are really on the ball about their product quality, so I'm happy to report that.
Yay.
Nice.
Jacob, what
But
you
that's
got?
it for me.
I don't have anything.
You have nothing?
No,
I'm not the only useless one this week. Woohoo!
No,
You had an extra 40 minutes and you couldn't get anything.
Well, yeah, because my kid wasn't reading like a video game book or something.
You gotta let your kids read better books, man.
No, it's from school.
Dude, we had the World of Power books growing up. Those were awesome.
I don't think I've ever read any of those.
Oh, we're going on eBay.
Oh God, no! Those things are way too damn expensive. Absolutely not. Like, because years ago, I like actually considered getting like the Ninja Gaiden, and I think they made one for Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 2,
And-
$14. Ninja Gaiden, $12.
Oh, okay, wow.
Blaster
Nice.
Master,
Come down.
$12. Bionic Commando, that one's 30. A 5-pack that has Mega Man, Blaster Master, Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, and Metal Gear. for $180, but that includes a slipcase that I would imagine is quite rare given what the item.
Yeah, once you said slipcase, I was like, oh, that was from like a special book order thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
I miss book fairs.
Right? They need to do that for adults.
I miss like that monthly like Scholastic book thing.
Like,
Oh
just
shit,
have
they
a
have the
truck.
Wizards and Warriors one.
Yeah, they just need a truck that shows up in your neighborhood and drives around, and it acts like a book fair where you can like get extra like goofy things with your purchases.
Hell yeah. Rulers and bookmarks and pencils.
Heck yeah.
Crazy erasers and shit.
Yeah, just have fidget toys for adults, man. Like, and you get them when you earn you earn them through buying books. Yeah.
Did we get to reviews?
Yeah, probably.
Jacob, you ready for reviews? Jacob?
What?
I said you ready for reviews?
I said
like none of that's coming through. We heard it
yeah.
And then nothing.
Oh, that's weird. All right, yeah, I was like, whatever. I'm not going to groan again. Cut out.
I'm going to try for the fourth time what my microphone is not picking up. Here goes. The silence is the joke, by the way.
Yep.
First game that's... Fuck. Okay.
Ooh.
First game...
I'm going to enter in for Vlad.
Oh. First
By the way,
game...
guys, there's a contest on the podcast Twitch stream right now. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, that kind of sucks. You should join us on Thursdays.
And Tuesday.
Well, yeah, and Tuesdays, yeah.
And occasionally Fridays.
And sometimes Saturdays.
Occasional Mondays.
Although rarely.
Well, yeah, it is quite rare. I think the rarest really is the Sunday morning one.
I don't know if we've ever done a Wednesday.
I think once. Once, I think. I don't think we've done it more than that. Unless it was before I came in.
First game to talk about tonight is Wreckreation, developed by Three Fields Entertainment, published by THQ Nordic. It released October 28th. Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $39.99. What if a single key could open up an entire 400 square kilometer driving game universe? You've probably thought about it, the seemingly infinite number of what ifs inside your head, pouring countless hours into racing, open world, and building games. Wreckreation is exactly that. Developed by Three Fields Entertainment, the UK-based team comprised of veteran arcade racing game developers, Burnout. Wreckreation finally hands you the keys to your own mix world. This will be a mix world that you can decorate and personalize either alone or in collaboration with friends online. A place of your own where you can continually strive to outrace, outstunt, or outcrash yourself and others with courses, tracks, and game modes designed by you, your friends, and strangers who will probably make things better than you.
Oh yeah, they totally will. Like anybody who's got like a mouse and keyboard, yeah, they're going to be doing legions better.
Yeah. Jacob, what's Wreckreation?
So Wreckreation is it's a multiplayer. I mean, there's single player and multiplayer, but it's really supposed to be played with friends. Racing game that is pretty much like, what if Burnout Paradise, was like on a Forza Horizon island or like one of their locations instead. And so with Wreckreation, it tries to bring that Burnout formula to this like open world island where like there's tons of roads like to drive over, tons of hills to like have your car careening off of, forests to somehow like, that your car won't like wrap itself around it, like the very first tree, that kind of stuff. So the island is full of this like mountainous kind of thing. And unlike Burnout Paradise, there's no, I I don't want to like say like characterization, but it's just like it feels like such a generic setting. And I mean, maybe that's because they want you to like play around with the island and quote unquote make it your own thing with like the stunt areas and stuff like that. But it just, I don't know. I think it like would have been nice to actually have like an actual town or something like that in there for this island to make sense.
Like something pre-made in there for you to like not just rely on online creations.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. It just feels like you've messed around in one area of the island and, you know, you've seen it all, essentially. Now, there are multiple modes to this, and there are various races that you can enter in. And some of the races will just help you earn the story currency, I guess you would call it. But other ones, you know, will just straight up unlock cars, which is pretty damn cool. And the cars do have like a decent variety of different stuff in there, but you do have to drive around to these various garages all over the island for most of them. And so the game is you being on a constant lookout for everything that you might need to unlock while also trying to, you know, make other people crash while also yourself not crashing. Which, I mean, Burnout Paradise, I was not as much of a fan of that one as Burnout Takedown. Like,
you're a bad person.
Well, it's because I
agree.
I get the idea of open world for that kind of stuff, but I just really excelled better when it was just simple courses like this is where you went. Right. And it's just Wreckreation just, I don't know, like it just comes off as like this generic version of Burnout. I mean, the races are very similar to it, and I realize, like, yeah, it's some of the former devs, and they're, you know, going to give some nudges and winks to the stuff. I mean, there's this, like, there's the simple regular races, there's the road rage kind of thing where you're trying to crash other people. But worse than Burnout, like if you crash at once on any of these races, and I mean, like I'm talking like we're already set on easy. If you crash once, you are done. Like you are not catching up. You are not going to get into first place. You're not even going to see third. Like it's just not happening.
That's
and if
never
you
fun in racing games.
If you crash twice, like you're getting last place. It's just like that's how it's going to be. And the cars do appear to be a bit more explosive than they were in Burnout, which is kind of cool, but it's not so cool when your car just randomly explodes as you're driving down the highway.
Interesting. Is there an explode button you pushed?
Nope. No, I was seriously just driving down the highway. Nobody was around me. My car was not sufficiently, it wasn't significantly damaged. And yeah, all of a sudden, and then my car just goes rolling down a hill for whatever reason. That also happened a couple of times during races. I actually saw the other drivers, their cars just randomly exploded. Like, I mean, the computer AI, I should say.
Damn.
Yeah. It's like, obviously it's a glitch, but, you know, during a race, it can be kind of helpful as a glitch, but when it happens to you, boy, does it suck.
Yeah, I can imagine. Looking at a lot of the criticisms online, it seems like everyone went into this expecting Burnout, and to be fair, they kind of did hype it up as a Burnout-like, and it's just a completely different experience. It's more of a playground. You gotta make the stuff to do in this game.
I mean, I can agree somewhat with that, but I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to rely on other people's work in this to like have like a great time. Like,
that's just. I
get part of
the game is being an online sandbox kind of thing. It just, I guess, for solo gamers, it's just never going to scratch that itch. It's just something you've got to be
I mean,
in a social mood for.
I think that is a fair assessment on that. Yeah. Well, hopefully the online community for this picks up.
Yeah, I hope so.
I did not have any problems finding games, but they were also felt like they were few and far between. Like, eventually you got the 8 people, but...
Yeah. I didn't put near as much time into this as you did. I've had very limited game time. But what I played, I enjoyed, and I can see, like, the frame for a great, fun experience. But I think the biggest thing that's going to damage it is that they expect the audience to make everything. I'm like, I don't want to make shit.
Well, honestly, like, also, I felt like part of, like, what made Burnout so great is that, like, you felt invincible for a bit. I mean, like, eventually, like, you're realizing your car is falling apart. You never really get that feeling in this game. Like,
I've had too many issues in this game where I take someone out and it hands me back control when I'm already crashing.
Yep. That's happened quite a few times too.
I don't like that. That needs to be like the AI takeover on your driving.
I was going to say Burnout had that too. I mean, like, and like once in 100 times it would fail, but like most of the time, it would just take over
back
and then
middle of the road.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It seems like they have a good foundation. They just need some updates, need some content, need some...
They need to make the
TLC,
island look alive.
I don't know.
To be honest.
They need to what?
They need to make the island look alive. I mean, there's more to that than just like a bunch of cars driving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had fun playing it. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it wasn't everything I had hoped it would be, I guess.
And sadly, I think we could say that about a lot of what Three Fields has put out. Like, they're the studio that was formed behind Burnout, and they did Dangerous Golf, Danger Zone, and Danger Zone 2, and now Wreckreation, and everything they put out feels like it's really good and has a really good foundation, but they just either didn't put enough into it, have enough time with it. Like, it needs more time in the oven and to be a more complete experience. Like, on the plus side, this is only a $40 game compared to $70, like a lot of games. Right. So, what are your thoughts on Wreckreation at $39.99?
To be honest, like, if it was a $60 game, I'd be like, wait for a sale. But honestly, $40, like, I can agree to that one. Like, if you're looking to scratch the Burnout Paradise itch, this kind of does it. Like, but I mean, obviously it's not the original. It's trying to be its own thing. I think it does it good enough. Like, I'd be all right with paying $40 for this game.
I think, honestly, I'm sitting at like a try it on this. Like, it's something that I would, like, if you could find a demo, play a demo, or like watch a streamer play it for a while so you could see some uninterrupted gameplay and not just like trailers, that'll give you a better idea what you're looking into. But a blind buy at $40, I wouldn't. 30 maybe, but 40, I would just say try it.
I'm thinking about some of the games I used to blind buy on Xbox 360, and I'm just like, I would have been much happier with this game than some of those blind buys like this.
True. Next game to talk about, Syberia Remastered, developed by Microids Paris and Virtualise Gaming, published by Microids, released November 7th, Series X and S, PS5, PC, for $29.99. Kate Walker, a brilliant lawyer from New York, is sent to a remote village in the French Alps to finalize the sale of an old automaton factory, but what begins as a routine assignment soon turns into an extraordinary journey across Eastern Europe and its snow-covered landscapes. Accompanied by Oscar, a loyal and one-of-a-kind automaton, Kate sets out to explore mysterious and forgotten places filled with eccentric characters as she follows the trail of Hans Vorarlberg. God, what a name. A genius inventor pursuing a seemingly impossible dream, finding the last living mammoths on the mystical island of Syberia. Unexpected, thrilling, and deeply emotional voyage that will challenge everything she thought she knew. Bri, does this challenge everything you thought you knew?
No, I don't know about that. I guess the first thing I want to mention is that I never played the original Syberia. The Syberia games have been on my wish list a long time, and somehow sales and money just never met up. And then you can no longer get Syberia on, because it was a 360 era game. I think it was on PlayStation 3. It was on Xbox 360. It might have been on Xbox as well. I got to give you a
heads up right now that Humble Bundle has an insane Microids bundle right now.
Ooh, all right.
It's got, where is it? 12 days left and $20. Okay, $20 gets you Amazon, Little Big Adventure Twinson's Quest, UFO Robert Grendizer, Totally Spy Cyber Mission, Flint Treasure of Oblivion, Flashback 2, Noob the Factionless, Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express, Syberia The World Before, Horsetails Emerald Valley, The Smurfs 2 Prisoner of the Greenstone, Garfield Lasagna Party, The Smurfs Village Party, Operation Wolf Returns First Mission, Asterix and Obelix, Splat them all. 2, Grand Mountain Adventure Wonderlands, Gear Club Unlimited 2 Ultimate Edition, Marsupilami Hoop Adventure, Syberia 1, 2, and 3, and Arkanoid Eternal Battle.
Wow.
What? How much?
$20.
You can get as low as $20.
Oh, that's totally worth it. That's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
22
three titles
games
in,
for $20.
Well, I mean, that's really good. But
yeah, if you want to catch up on Syberia, there you go.
Yeah, for sure. But I finally get to play them through this remaster. So that was good. I'm hoping it does well and we get a remaster of the second game too, because you know, if I want to play on console, I can't get them on console anymore because they have been delisted. If I want to go play them on PC, that's a totally different story apparently. But yeah. But I read up on the original game to find that it was a, you know, point and click style game, and the achievement list had one for completing this on the highest difficulty in the speedrun, and the remaster does not have those. It seems to reward you for exploring the game more and finding all the collectibles.
That is a nice change.
Yeah, there is the dreaded get all the achievements achievement, but I mean, I'd rather that than a speedrun and a you know, high difficulty kind of nonsense.
As long as it works.
But yeah. So this starts out in the French Alps with a funeral parade led by automatons. The world has a very steampunk vibe to it, and Kate Walker is here on business to buy a factory for her company. Miss Anna Vorarlberg died, and that means the factory will close, and the small town isn't taking it well. They're hoping the purchase means good things for the town. The factory purchase isn't going to be as easy as originally planned, though, because there may be a missing heir to the Vorarlberg estate, and Anna's death complicated the matter to begin with. And Hans, the new heir to the estate, the younger brother, is somewhere in Syberia, and now we've got to go on an adventure to find him and get the papers signed. So yeah, this is a style of point-and-click game. You have objects you need to find to solve puzzles and interact with the mechanical apparatus for doorways, and even to ring the bell at the hotel. There's like a little key you have to wind, and it rings the bell. Like there's a little man that has the mallet. It's very cute, and so everything is clockwork and mechanical, and you find most of your information from talking to NPCs and asking them questions from a list of available topics. There are mission topics marked in yellow with an exclamation mark that you need to get through to get to the next section. There are hotspots for you to interact with, and oftentimes when you're finished with an area, the hotspot will go away as a way to tell you you've completed all there is to do with an area. Some hotspots are finicky to see or interact with, though. Sometimes it's because you got to get right on the hotspot, or when you're clicked into an object or puzzle, it switches to cursor. So just like little things you got to get used to. You also have a journal with a log of what you've done so far and who you've talked to with updates to various case aspects that you're working on. And a lot of little hints you'll find in papers you picked up along the way that you can view through your journal as well. There's one piece of paper you get in the very beginning that is like the key to a puzzle that had me stuck for a good long while. I had to actually like look it up, and I was still stumped for a good while. But back to the story. There's a prehistoric doll and some kind of crazy production being done by the missing brother, the heir to the factory. And there's a special train and a special automaton conductor, Oscar, which you mentioned in the intro. It was all very hush hush. I mean, the whole cover up with the brother being listed as dead to begin with, and it turns out he's very much alive, was quite intriguing. And yeah, we get immersed in the Clockwork world and its various mechanical wonders. We get swept away on an adventure. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but I mean, for a however-year-old game, but it was new to me.
23 years old.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, my back hurts.
Right? So let's talk about, this is a remaster. The graphics looked upscaled, if not completely redone. The main character looked new, and some of the cutscene animations looked like upscaled washed over graphics, so they kept the original cutscenes. They did what they could to make it look prettier. It was an odd mix. I felt like, some of the interiors of buildings were completely redone. And, this is me like looking at old footage and, looking at what was in front of me and kind of like trying to piece together what's what. I felt like they kept some of those old animations and pasted new character models over top in some cases. And that was interesting. But yeah, it was pretty, the graphics originally were pretty impressive for 2002 was the first time it came out. Yep. The opening cutscene was identical. Aside from the cutscenes, like I said, the graphics looked pretty new. The music and audio
about the cutscenes. Are they windowed at all? Or are they full screen?
They're full screen.
Because I know a lot of older games, they'll have like big black borders around them because of how low res they are.
No, this was full screen. So no, it looked good. It just, you could tell that it was like the original upscaled and refined. So like some of it was like hard textures and like the rest of it looked kind of almost washed out. I've seen that technique done before. And it looked pretty good.
Nothing, Aki. You're not going to say anything? By the way, Lloyd, thank you for the 21-month sub. Always appreciate you being here, hanging out. Enjoy the kitty cats. Enjoy the emotes. Technique.
But yeah, the music and audio were great. There was voice acting for all the characters that was well done. Sometimes the music was too loud and spirited over the voice acting in a scene. But it had really good text and bright, easy to read font, so I never really missed anything. The main theme did get a little repetitive after a while when you're in the first area, especially like it got a little repetitive as I was trying to, figure things out. Because like I said, I got stuck early on. It's kind of embarrassing, but I did.
Hey, these were hard games. They didn't make them easy in the old days.
No, they did not.
We had to buy strategy guides.
Yep. Called the Nintendo Power Line. Yeah. Anyway, some small non-game breaking issues with the game. Sometimes there would be stuttering in transitions. Some visual reflection ghosts issues. I also had Kate turn around and around in a loop at a door trying to get out. She was stuck there until I fiddled with some buttons. some stuff like that. Just that, finicky stuff. I don't know how much of that is an artifact to the original game, or is, new stuff. So I would say as far as like the puzzles go, some of them, I mean, they all made sense. As just some of them, some of the clues were a little obtuse. Like you're saying, these games were hard. And trying to figure out what wood to use to make Oscar's legs actually stumped me, and looking it up didn't help either. So, yeah, I eventually brute
Jacob
forced my
knows
way
about
through
wood.
it. Oh. But yeah, I had a lot of fun.
We're dumb. This game's $30. What do you think of it?
I'm going to give this a buy it. I had a great time figuring out the puzzles and solving the mysteries of Syberia. The story is great. The puzzles are fun to solve, except for that one puzzle. Sometimes the game felt a little slow, but I attribute more of that to it being a remaster of an older game than anything else. So yeah, buy it.
Very good. Next up, Neon Tail. I am very interested in this one. Developed by Faye, Leo, and Yang, published by Samustai Limited, released October 24th, Xbox One and Series X and S for $24.99. Neon Tail uses a very unique roller skating physics where momentum and angles settle speed, turning, braking, skating backwards or forwards, and even allows special moves like the spin boost. Its open world setting and pleasant soundtracks and city, along with all the activities and colorful characters, bring a pleasant and challenging experience. Jacob, what is Neon Tail, and should I keep it on my wish list because it looks pretty cool?
Yes, honestly, you should. So Neon Tail is it is very much a homage to Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future. A couple of years ago, we had Bomb Rush Cyber Funk, which, kind of filled in that void of no new Jet Set Radio, and Neon Tail is here to do more of the same. Very similar gameplay. You have a huge city that you can explore. However, definitely like slope of hills and stuff like that do play more of a role than I remember them playing in Jet Set Radio or even Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. And so it does go with a kind of unique method for skating compared to those two.
You see that interception, by the way?
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I don't know. I know, but now
I'm talking about the game.
The controls are pretty similar, but as I said, it is slightly different. I mean, it will take a little bit it'll take a little bit to get used to, but not much. Like if you've played Jet Set Radio, you know what you're doing in this game. And yeah, like the city is less cell shaded than Jet Set Radio or Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. It tries going for, I mean, it's still cartoony, but still like a little real, like it like looks more realistic
scale than animated.
Right. And yeah, like you just skate around the city. There's jobs that you could do for people, or you could just like go to new heights and see what you can explore. Like it is.
I should have read the rest of the description.
It is like a really fucking cool game to just go around the city. Like it's
Awaken
a cool place to explore.
Superpowers, trigger events which provoke an invasion of aliens. This game sounds cool as shit, man. And don't forget to try local specialties, chocolate crepes and bubble tea.
I mean, why not? I mean, have you ever had a chocolate crepe?
True.
Yeah.
How big is it? Like a good sized game, a big city to explore, or is it more condensed?
Yeah, there's a decent amount to explore. It actually feels like a city. I guess the way that I would put it is like, imagine like a Yakuza game, except you're doing Jet Set Radio across it. Huh. Sega, get on that game. But yeah, like, Yakuza, they're still more cartoony than that.
Yeah.
Whatever, you get what I'm going for.
Anything else to mention about this one?
It's a lot of fun. Like, I really think everyone should check it out.
All right, well, it's $24.99. What are your thoughts on Neon Tail?
Hell yeah. $25, that's totally worth it.
Are you telling me to go get some tail?
No, I'm telling you to go drink some neon.
Fair. Next game, Pacific Drive, developed by Ironwood Studios, published by Kepler Interactive. Released October 23rd on Series X and S and Xbox PC for $29.99. Whispers in the Wood DLC released on all platforms for $14.99. Pacific Drive is a first-person driving survival game with your car as your only companion. Navigate a surreal reimagining of the Pacific Northwest and face supernatural dangers as you venture into the Olympic Exclusion Zone. Interesting. Each excursion into the wilderness brings unique and strange challenges as you restore and upgrade your car from an abandoned garage that acts as your home base. Gather precious resources and investigate what's been left behind in the zone. Unravel a long-forgotten mystery while learning exactly what it takes to survive in this unpredictable and hostile environment. And then Whispers in the Wood is a brand new story for you and your trusty station wagon, available at any point after the first few hours of the game. So it looks like you could tackle this fairly early. This expansion takes you deep within a new and mysterious part of the Olympic Exclusion Zone's forests. Marked with strange symbols and effigies, these woods are filled with new dangers and mysteries to uncover. Find and experience the power of artifacts, each adding bizarre and inexplicable new effects. I think they could have used a different word there, but whatever. Aki and Bri, both of you check this out. Aki, start us off. What is Pacific Drive?
Okay, in this, you're playing as a courier who's supposed to drop off a package somewhere close to this exclusion zone. It's a walled off area that the government created years ago, and no one knows what the fuck happened up inside this bitch. Woohoo! As you're driving through it, suddenly your vehicle and you get sucked into red energy, and suddenly your car is floating in pieces in the area around you, and you're picking yourself off the ground. Oh, what? Time to go find a vehicle and get the fuck up out this bitch, because, if you don't know why parts of a car are floating, you probably shouldn't fucking be there. Just a guess. So you end up finding a car that is something they call a revenant. It is basically a possessed item that does fucky-wucky things that it shouldn't be able to do. For instance, like a microwave that freezes things instead of heating them up. They get attached to people, and they stick to that person forever. And that person slowly becomes obsessed with that object. So yay! No one knows how to get rid of it or anything else. So, as you don't have a vehicle, well, really sucks to be your ass. So yeah, you start driving this vehicle and to upgrade it throughout the game and install new parts to it, fix the parts that are on it, create stronger parts, etc., etc., all in an effort to get the fuck out of this goddamn place and get back to normalcy. So in this, you're basically going around through different areas which are change every time you go into them. So it's not like, oh, this same area every time I go into it, it's going to have these items in this location, it's going to have these roads. No, it's all completely different. And yeah, you go there, you grab resources. Sometimes that requires you to make new items like crowbars or shredders, pneumatic tubes to burst things open, whatever. It doesn't matter. Build it, break things, steal the shit inside them. No one else lives here anyways. So fuck it. Loot to your heart's content, as one of the few survivors of the zone said. Because all the people who used to live there, they're long gone now. So it's okay. And they won't exist. And those places that you're stealing from won't exist in a few hours. So who gives a shit? So yeah. You use that to go back to build up one of the safe zones that you find is this gas station, basically, and repair shop that you turn into your home base. And in it, you can start upgrading the inside of the base so you can, have more lockers so you can store more crap there, more parts and things. You have a thing that creates blueprints for you. That's how you create lockers. You can upgrade your car in there by getting stronger parts, building them up. Some of them have special effects, like there's reinforced ones that take more impact damage, or insulated ones that allow you to take more shock damage before they start getting the charged effect, which can turn off your engine, which really blows donkey dick, and so on and so forth. You also get to upgrade yourself with, different clothing types that help you with different elements and stuff. Like you can make bigger backpacks so you can carry more crap, or you can get insulated clothing so you're protected against fire or ice or electricity, radiation, you name it, you can fix it. And yeah, you're also able to customize your vehicle's paint jobs and some of the actual stuff in it, like different styles of steering wheel, clutch bars, so on and so forth. But you have to find those in the world. Otherwise, you're just going to the different locations, taking pictures of anomalies that are around. Sometimes they're just like floating rocks. Other times they're towers that are shooting electricity at you and your vehicle, because fuck you, that's why. So yeah, once you get through basically the entirety of this game, realistically, is what you need to get through, then you get access to the DLC. You can skip most of the story by going through a different set of options that can take you to basically jump to the end of the game, and therefore start it a lot faster. I would not suggest that personally, because there are all sorts of mechanics in the car, and that's a lot of mechanics that you're suddenly going to have open to you all at once, and it's going to be confusing enough just unlocking them in the slow, methodical order playing the main game. I don't know how many times I've died because I just didn't get it for a long time. So yeah, but once you've basically beaten the game and gone into this DLC, it is a lot of the same stuff. You're still doing the same stuff, but there are some added anomalies that appear. The entire terrain is different. It's a lot darker. There's more red things. Most of the anomalies seem like they're worse. For instance, instead of just one tower that shoots electricity at you, it might be a few towers, and there's a bunch of other stuff that are shining everything in an ominous red light that might also attack. Or instead of travelers, which are mannequins that if you hit them with your car, kick them, hit them with a, pry bar, whatever, they explode. Oh, now there's traps that suddenly they shoot up out of the ground and can hit you. Woo, fun. Fuck my life. And things like that. There's also artifacts that they've added with this DLC that you can pick up. You get a choice between 2 of them at every artifact point. And basically, they can give you stuff like, here's an example of 4 of them I've seen. When you jump, your car horn honks. That's it. When the lights are off, your car's headlights are off, lightning strikes nearby. That's nearby you, not nearby just your car. So if you're out of your car, lightning is striking all around you. So have fun with that. Keep the lights on. When the car isn't facing north, the headlights are brighter. When nature is destroyed, your health decreases. Those are 4 different ones you can get. There's a fuck ton of other ones also. I assume, may not even come across these. I assume they're just kind of randomized. When it says when nature is destroyed, your health decreases, you don't want that. Because you're typically trying to avoid an incoming wave of death. At a certain part in every one of these levels, and you're driving typically through a fuck ton of things like, I don't know, bushes, trees, bigger trees, huge trees, lots of trees, so many trees. And you really don't want that to be decreasing your health every time, because you're gonna die. So, yeah. And whilst you're doing all this, you're occasionally going back to the same auto place, but something has changed about it. Basically, a cult has come in, has added some of their fucky-wucky bullshit to it, and instead of the lady that has been talking to you throughout the rest of the game, now a cult person is talking to you. You also end up with some new parts that you can equip to your car, because all the different paneling to your car, or the doors, the tires, all of that is replaceable on your vehicle and upgradable. But with this DLC, there's a new type called harmonic. And I assume there's harmonics of all the same exact items that you've already created. You just have to unlock those as well. And basically, harmonics gives you more synergy, which is important in this, because none of your normal stuff has synergy. The only problem with the synergy stuff is you can't repair it. So once it gets damaged, it's permanently damaged. So yay, have fun with that. You're fucked. And basically, if you have synergy every time you pick up an artifact, it decreases that synergy sum. So the more artifacts you have, the worse off you are. But the more of them that you bring out with you, you can turn them into resources to help you build new things from this DLC. So it's a risk-reward type system. You have to risk it for the biscuit.
Bri, what have you done in this game?
So I didn't get to play near as much as I wanted. Some of my notes things that Aki hasn't talked about, there were 7 difficulty settings for your campaign to allow different levels of experience. If you just want to focus on story of atmosphere, you can. If you want a really difficult survival experience, you can have that. But be warned, and it will warn you in the menu, you have to play at least Pacific Drive, basic, lower, or normal level, or it'll disable achievements.
Yeah, there are technically 2 difficulties that are lower than standard. Yes. One of them, which is the easiest, blocks all achievements. The other one does work with it. It's just slightly easier.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of detail to the management of this game. You need to think of everything, like all the little actions you need to just drive a car, like shift gears, like not completely shift gears, but like to put it into park, to put it into drive. You have to turn it on. You have to adjust your headlights and your wipers. And it's all part of the experience of being with this car. And you have to be mindful of your vehicle's decaying conditions and siphon and refill gasoline and charge batteries and fix and change tires and replace body panels. It's just like you and this car are I don't know, like partners.
And the car can develop quirks.
Yes.
If they get damaged enough times, they'll start doing things that they're not supposed to. Like, for instance, the only one I've had, because I don't get damaged very often, is every time I put my car into park, my passenger door would pop open, and I'd have to run out there and close it every single time.
Yeah, and the car just becomes its own entity over time. I feel like the vibe of this piece was something unnerving. I'm not sure how else to explain the feeling of the world unwinding around you. It's certainly terrifying in real life, but it's wonderful in media, and I love the mystique of this fictitious world. Gameplay for me was kind of all over the place. Like, it's a little bit roguelike, it's a little bit simulator, it's a little bit survival. It's got a lot of elements going on. I did have one really big complaint about this game, and it's just a personal thing. I hated that on Xbox, the primary use button was the right bumper. I got used to it.
Wow, that really sounds dumb.
Yeah. It makes sense it makes sense in the context of the game because of everything else you have going on. It was just such an odd button for me to use.
I had a couple gripes with the game, so that's fair.
Yeah.
That wasn't one of them, though. I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah, so I thought the graphics were fantastic. I like the rain on the windshield was really realistic and pretty. The Pacific trees everywhere. The lighting and fog was excellent. To me, the graphics were great. I didn't have any issues with stuttering or any of that. I thought the soundtrack and audio work was also fantastic. but I've heard some people say that they had some issue with audio popping in and out at weird volumes. I did not experience that. Aki, you had some issues?
Yeah. For me, the game was jittery as shit and very laggy. So I would be doing something, but nothing would happen on screen, and then it'd take like 3 or 4 seconds, and then suddenly it would start doing it. And it happens a lot for me, and I don't know why, because it's not a problem with my Xbox. For once, it's not my Xbox's problem. Because it hasn't, shut this game off, and I've played it literally the entire day. So, nonstop. Yeah. So I know it's not the Xbox. I don't know if it's something because there's a lot of settings that you can fuck with in this game. And I'm just wondering if maybe one of the 500 settings in this bitch, maybe I just have it just tweaked wrong and it's making it jittery as hell, but when it gets jittery it kind of sucks, but the rest of the time it's really nice and I really like it. Honestly, even with how jittery it is, I've really enjoyed the game. There are a lot of accessibility options in this game, and I mean a lot. There's over 20 of them. It is amazing, including you can turn off lightning so that you're not, flashbanging yourself constantly. You can turn off how much rain is falling in case that will give you seizures and stuff. You can determine how much of it shows up on your windshield even, because as stated, it does have wipers that you can turn on and off. But that can also screw up your eyes if you have seizures and stuff. So you can customize how much of all this stuff shows up there, and it's really nice. You can
customize the intensity of your seizure through the menus.
Yeah, basically. Because you can set it to 100 and you're definitely going to fucking have them, or you can set them to 0 and you're definitely not. Problem with that is some of those options are, to keep things from showing up on the screen that would negatively affect your physical health, but they affect things in game. And if you turn them off so they don't affect your real life health, the problems are still happening in the game. You just don't necessarily see them.
Gotcha.
As I have found by apparently being electrocuted many times in the main game without knowing it.
I wouldn't be shocked if you've been electrocuted a lot in real life, but keep touching that fence. The game clocks in at $30. There is a Whispers edition with the Whispers in the Wood DLC for $45, and there is a Ritual edition that includes a bunch of cosmetic packs as well, so you could change the look of your vehicle. That is $60. The game itself at $30. What do you think of it?
I say I really like it, and I think the DLC is really good. It adds a whole bunch to it. I'm for it. I haven't seen the cosmetics, but just because I'm a consumer whore, I'm going to say go for it, because now that I know those exist, I kind of really want them.
There are 4 different customization packs. 3 of them have one set of cosmetics for your car, and those are $5 each, and there's a $6.99 pack that has 2 different sets. So you're saving $6 if you buy the full thing. Also, it is part of Game Pass Ultimate and Premium, and it is $6 off with Game Pass. So you could always buy the base game and then get the DLC separately and save a few bucks that way if you really want.
Yeah, I say go get it. It's fucking amazeballs.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
I haven't finished it, but it's a buy it for me. I also had the pleasure of watching Horror Acolyte stream it from PlayStation before I played it. So I know a little bit more of what to expect when I was going into it. But yeah, I didn't get to the DLC. I'm really looking forward to the DLC. It sounds amazing, and I think the price is right. So it's a good amount of game, and it's hard to I don't know. You just have to play it for yourself. It's hard to I don't know. It feels hard to explain that you might enjoy
buy
this.
It
yeah,
or do
play
it via Game Pass. Just play this game.
Yeah, play this game. Yes.
There you go. Next up, Peachy Derby, developed and published by Cattingames, released November 7th, Xbox One, Series X and S for $14.99. Deluxe edition is available with all the extra characters and DLC and whatever for $29.99. This is a casual racing game where the girl Natsuki is forced to join the ninja racing tournament, pay off her debt. Includes 10 playable girls, 600 Japanese voices, and 16 story chapters. Jacob, how did you get this one and not Aki?
Because I requested it.
That's right. Tell us, what is Peachy Derby?
So, just Peachy Derby is what is like apparently there's like a genre of these types of games called ninja racing, which I really was not familiar with at all before this game. And here I thought I was just going to be picking up like some, romance simulator visual novel with like, the random gameplay thrown in. No. So the story is about this girl who has to pay off her debt by doing these ninja running races. And as you go through the story, you meet the other racers, like, what their feelings are about stuff. There's also, they do vaguely discuss like the reason behind their superpowers, but it doesn't really make sense. None of it actually makes sense.
It's but not supposed to.
But then again, let's be honest. If you're thinking about buying this game, you weren't here for the story. You're here to look at the women.
You're not here for the story. You're here for the plot.
And the plot is ogling women.
Both of them.
Tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land. Just ogling these women in various outfits. Some of the outfits do like help your stats a little bit, so it does help to unlock new outfits or buy them, because I know that there is DLC for this as well. But at the end there is this like pool.
Well, you got the Ultimate Edition with the DLC, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. But there's this end model, I would guess it's a model. It's not really a movie. But anyways, there's like this area that you could just like watch all the girls like run around in a bikini and dance and like be in a swimming pool and stuff like that.
Okay, did you actually race in this game?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like there are tracks.
If you personally did, or if you just stared at the girls the whole time.
Oh, no. I actually did try to play this game, believe it or not.
How'd it go?
Okay. I mean, it's not exactly, like, surprisingly the best racing game out there. But pretty much it's just you running around this track. You're trying to, like, stay ahead of the other racers and like pass them and stuff like that. Like there are inclines and hills, and occasionally like there are like boost pads or like these kind of like power up kind of things, which make you go faster, which it's different than a boost. I don't know how exactly to explain it, but yeah, like it's just kind of there. Like, it's what you have to do to be able to unlock all the different outfits so you can see the girls, parading around in skimpier clothing. It's what this is.
Rated T for teen.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're not gonna get to see any actual nudity. I mean, you might get a little bit of side boob, but
Yeah, it's T for teen.
Yeah.
Is it fun? I think I hit the hard question. All right.
See, here's the thing. It's playable, and like it's not like the controls aren't bad. It's just there's really not that much to this game.
It says in addition to racing, you can choose dances, outfits, and voice lines for the girls.
That is true. Yeah.
How many dances did you dance?
No. You make the girls dance.
You danced with them. I know you did.
How are the jiggle physics?
Damn it.
It's all right. I mean, like,
Fair.
they're cute.
All right.
Again, remember, Aki, it's rated T for teen.
Yeah.
Things still go jiggle, 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 but okay.
I mean, DOA beach volleyball was still, full of jiggles, and I'm sure
That
it
was
wasn't
M-rated.
rated T for.
Yeah, that was
it?
them. Yeah.
Really?
Well.
Wow.
Yuppers, because they got really close to titties in that one. Peachy Derby clocks in at $15. You could get it with the DLC for $30. What are your thoughts?
This is a pretty niche game. There is a certain crowd that will like this. So for them, I'd be like, it's at the very least to try it. I don't know. It didn't wow me in terms of gameplay, believe it or not. It seems like such a funny sentence to say about this. But yeah, like it's fine. But if this isn't exactly like your kind of thing, like, games where you're essentially playing dress up with like video game characters and stuff, or dress down, I should say.
No.
If you're not really into that, then no.
Well, did you enjoy it?
It was okay.
I knew you'd come.
All over your face.
How long were you waiting to play that?
I have never been creamed on like this before. Wait.
Next game, Simon the Sorcerer Origins, developed by Smallthing Studios, published by ININ Games, released October 28th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $24.99. 30 years after his first appearance on the screen, Simon is drawn into a foreign world by an ancient prophecy that will tell his origins. This world is populated by powerful yet mostly useless wizards. Like my co-hosts. Not you, Bri, you're the good one. And strange creatures. On his journey, Simon must solve a series of tricky puzzles, operate devices, and learn powerful spells. And yes, he also has a taste a few disgusting stews. Bri, tell us about this one.
So, I don't know what I was expecting for music, but I was not expecting Rick Astley's Together Forever in the intro credits.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He puts on his headphones, and it's Rick Astley's Together Forever.
All right, I'm buying
that
this
song
one.
came out in 1987. The original Simon the Sorcerer was made by AdventureSoft for Amiga and MS-DOS in 1993, with a sequel in 1995. The original games were inspired by things like Discworld, Blackadder, riffed on things like Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, and popular fairy tales. The original Simon was voiced by Chris Berry, who I know from Red Dwarf, who has in fact returned for Origins, and that is freaking perfect.
That's
Simon
really
Sorcerer
cool.
Origins. Yeah, it really is. It's hard. I'm actually in the middle of watching the entire series of Red Dwarf, so it's really hard for me to separate his voice from the character he plays on that show. But yeah, because Indri had never seen Red Dwarf, and we're actually just almost to the end of the entire series. It's quite awesome. But yeah, fully voice acted, Simon the Sorcerer Origins is a real treat there. The game takes place in 1993. Simon's moved to a new house. He had to move to a new school because he was a bad student. After looking around the house a bit, we find a key and try and open the door at the exact moment an evil wizard is doing evil wizard stuff. And we end up in a parallel world full of wizards and fantasy. Simon comes to terms with the situation in a conversation with the old wizard Calypso from the original series. Simon may be part of a prophecy, is what we learn. So there's 12 chapters of the story that vary in length. If you've never played a point-and-click adventure, it's good fun. In ye olden days, you might have had a list of action words to use items or open doors. The original Simon the Sorcerer was that kind of game. Point-and-click games have evolved to use hotspots and find things of interest to interact with. So in this, controls-wise, we have some good hotspot action since we don't have a mouse. On console, you can hold left trigger and cycle through nearby hotspots with the bumpers. That was helpful, as some of the hotspots just didn't want to pop for me walking around at times. And that's just a common problem on consoles. I'm sure with a mouse and keyboard, this is like easy peasy. You can also run with right trigger. You can see which hotspot is highlighted when you're aimed at it. And it changes from a hotspot circle to another symbol like a hand or a magnifying glass or a staircase or, whatever interactable concept it has for it. Sometimes I felt like the controls were a little cumbersome, having to hold the trigger and cycle through the hotspots, but it worked. It was particularly cumbersome while using items, because you have to hold like 2 buttons at once. It's a little cumbersome. There is an inventory you open with Y. You can drag items around and mix them together and create new items like a toy with a string mixed with a pair of scissors gives you a string. So you basically, I know it sounds like, duh. But you have to combine the scissors with the toy to get the string. And then you can attach that to a magnet that you took off the fridge. And now you can put that together to make a dangling magnet. You've got a string, you've got a magnet, and then you need that to get a key out of a sink drain. This is standard point and click logic. A lot of times with point and click games, you have to throw items at problems until something sticks. I felt like there was a good amount of completely logical connections, albeit fantasy logic, that you could make, and clues you could draw from conversations with NPCs and the like. Back to the story a little. Simon wasn't very good in school, but now he's got to get into the Magic Academy and pass for a student. He'll need to find a wand and learn to perform magic tricks. And the school has talking paintings, and there's like a troll for a bouncer. There's a dungeon in the school and hidden secrets to find. You'll need to make potions, maybe even fight a mimic. Your adventures will take you to the swamps. You'll have to steal a boat. And of course, you'll have to beat that evil wizard I mentioned earlier, and it's all great fun. The humor is great. I like the references to different things like Discworld's Hogwatch. Like, there was just so many good references to things. And the game is self-aware. Like, your mom makes a joke in the beginning of the game about the tutorials right away. She's like, absolutely don't do these simple things to learn how to, walk around the house. And then the wizard Calypso acknowledges that we're in a prequel. Like, he's like, oh, I haven't met you yet. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a prequel, kid. So, that's some of the humor in the game there as well. And the background art has a hand-painted vibe to it, while the character animations and cutscenes are a modern, clean animation style. But it still keeps with the spirit of the original game's look. I had to look up what that was because I never played the original games. I knew of them. But this is a whole new Simon for the 30th anniversary, and you can see the care they put into the game. The music is great fantasy fare, a little bit of modern stuff where appropriate. As I say modern, 1987 Rick Astley, but it's good fun. Some accessibility features include text size variants, a streamer mode, so Rick Astley doesn't get you a copyright strike, and the game auto-saves and allows you for 5 manual save slots. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Oh, this $25. It sounds like this one's worth it.
Absolutely. If you like point and click games, I think you're going to love this one. If you played the original games, I think you should definitely have this in your collection on the platform of your choice. I'd love to see more Simon games in general. I thought this was a solid entry into the modern point and click space, and I'm definitely giving this a buy it.
Very, very good. Next up, Arcade Archives 2 SCION, developed and published by Hamster Corporation. Released October 30th, Series X and S, Switch 2, and PS5 for $9.99. SCION is a shooting game released by Seibu Kaihatsu in 1984. The game is set in Crystal Heaven, a sprawling super city built in multiple layers. Your mission is to rescue your captured kin trapped within the city's core. Fight your way down from the upper levels, tearing through each layer as you advance towards the enemy stronghold deep within. Jacob, what is going on in SCION?
SCION is a top-down shooter where the area that you're playing on will keep repeating as you keep going towards the top of the screen. And so what happens is that, you do have to shoot out a bunch of aliens out of the sky who are also shooting back at you. But when you do that, you're charging up a second weapon that's on your ship. And this other weapon is required to do this like ground pound maneuver, which is really just it's like Luke shooting the proton torpedoes down the Death Star reactor. It's kind of like that, and so you have to do that like 6 times per level. But of course, like as you keep progressing, the levels scroll faster, the enemies move faster. There are some interesting pickups in the game. Like there was one that I had never seen before, where it essentially acted like a laser sight for you, like, you know, like 2 inches above like where your like little fighter is. And it was actually really helpful lining up shots against the other aliens. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a shmup have something like that. That was a neat feature on it. Otherwise, there's not that much remarkable about it. I mean, the having to like take out the power stations or whatever they are on each level, I think that does add some difference to other stuff, but it's one of those, you're buying this because you enjoy shmups and you enjoy video game history. Obviously, like, you know, in the 40 years since this came out, like, you know, there have been better games that have come out.
40. Makes my back hurt. We're dying. We're old.
Yeah.
Yes,
I gotta say,
you
this one looks
are.
really vibrant for being an early 80s game.
It's kind of colorful, but I don't know. I did like none of the graphics really wowed me for this game. Like, I like the idea of like the multiple levels kind of thing, which I mean, like, of course, all shmups have, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Freaking 1984, man. This is some classics. I don't even know if this one came to America. I do not remember this one at all.
I've never heard of it until now. I will see if I can find out.
Well, the game clocks in at $10 on Series X and S, PS5, and Switch 2. I believe it is $7.99 for the Arcade Archives 1 version on Switch and PS4. The Arcade Archives 2 version adds the time attack mode and variable refresh rate. So $10 on the Arcade Archives 2 version of SCION. Give us your verdict.
Absolutely. This one's a lot of fun. So,
boy, did Joe stop talking about being old. This message sponsored by your elder.
Like, honestly, for $10, like, there are worse games in this collection. But to be honest, like, I dug this one. Like, it's not the greatest shmup out there, but, you know, it's entertaining enough. I liked it.
Yeah. You excited about next week's?
I don't remember what next week's is.
Tokyo Wars.
Oh my god, yes.
Fucking tank game? Oh.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I told my kid about it and he was just like, really?
96 tank game from Namco. I can't wait for that one. That'll be a fun one to talk about. Big thanks as always to Hamster for letting us check out this series. We love the Arcade Archive series on the show. Next game, Beneath, developed by Camel 101, published by Wired Productions. Released October 27th, Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $19.99. Beneath is a Lovecraft-inspired survival first-person shooter. Scarce ammo, merciless enemies, and a sense of the unknown combine in a 10-plus hour story-driven single-player campaign built for both veteran gamers and those seeking a challenging old-school experience. What about people like me who suck? Bri, Aki, both of you played this. Bri, start us off. Do I have any shot at enjoying Beneath, or will I get motion sick?
You might have some issues.
Yay.
Yeah, so this is a first person shooter where we're Noah Quinn, deep sea diver reclaiming lost assets on the ocean floor. In this case, a German submarine. So we start out the game underwater, hence the title. But in a special deep sea ocean suit that's heavy, we're exploring the dark sea floor, trying to find the submarine. And then we get there, and after some fun conversation with our daughter Amber, we find a giant hole in the side for easy access. But before we can explore, there's a kind of like earthquake, and then the research vessel above is talking about a storm coming in out of nowhere. We've got to hurry back to the safety of the ship above. But on our way back, strange things start happening, like we hear voices and see things, and we lose some time. We finally get a hold of someone back on the radio, and they're babbling about creatures on the ship and everyone else being taken, including our daughter. So we get back above to see what's going on.
That's a different movie.
Yeah. Finally, out of our heavy suit, we can walk and run. But for running, we have to be mindful of our stamina. There's a bar that'll show up at the bottom of the screen once you're running.
We're a dad. We have dad
Raiders missed the field goal.
Yeah. Yep. I thank you. I got distracted. I actually highlighted where I was in my notes because I was watching that.
Like, let me get through this sentence and I'll pick back up where I left off.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody is dead except for some guy with the key to where our daughter should be hiding, who explains that he thought the creatures were human at first. We don't find our daughter, but we do find a gun. We try to call for help, but all the computers are on the fritz, and there's fires and blockages and dead bodies everywhere, and no idea what else to do. We finally get to call for help, and the rescue helicopter is on the way, but they get smacked out of the air by a giant tentacle, and then there's an explosion.
That's why Aki played this game, the tentacle.
Hell yeah.
When we awaken from the blast, we're at a strange facility in the middle of the ocean. It looks like similar things happen there. The place looks ransacked, the tech is on the fritz, and there's no one around to tell the tale. There are a few random computers working with some emails to give us like a clue what's going on, and an automated voice recording talking about civilian evacuations. But our job is to find our daughter and find out what the fuck is going on, and find a way out. But there's mysterious people who we're not sure we can trust that are potentially helping us. We have to go deeper in the facility to find help, and our daughter, who doesn't seem to want to listen or stay put, is a giant mess, and we need to fight to survive. We have some survival puzzles to do, like a wrench used to turn on water and put out fires, match the voltage output needed to get an antenna working. We'll need to find some codes to doors and use working computers to open access to sections of the station. And to navigate the station, you may need to crawl through vents. You may need to find batteries to power parts of the station, stuff like that. I love when difficulty names are fun. You have 3 different difficulties: Tourist Pass, Cold Reality, and Hard Bastard. I went with Tourist Pass because more ammo, less damaging enemies, and more loot. Hard Bastard has you bleed and die faster, less ammo, more damaging enemies, obviously. But you can change the difficulty whatever you want. I'm not sure how that affects the achievements for completing the game on each of the different difficulties, though. I'm wondering if you can just get to the end, go back to your autosave, and change the difficulty. That's a thing I need to try. Anyway, I'm going to say that even on Tourist Pass, this game was really hard in the beginning.
Will just fuck my world up.
This is
you're not going to like this show.
If you can't get past this first part, you can't play the game, and it's a bitch. When the zombies first attack, when the zombies first attack, you have a very limited ammo and no calibration for shooting yet. You just get thrown in.
Oh no!
You very quickly get overwhelmed by the zombies in narrow corridors and staircases where you can't really run. I died several times in that first combat scene. There wasn't enough ammo to kill all the zombies, and then every time you retry, you have the same unskippable first zombie cutscene.
Yeah, see that whole section actually isn't about killing the zombies. You have to run away from them, but you have to run the correct direction.
Yep. So yeah,
and it
I
is
tried
easy
again.
to run the wrong one numerous
You
different
finally
times.
make it to the rescue helicopter, and then it opens fire on you, saying that there's no survivors, and then I died again. So I tried one more time to run since I was out of bullets, and made it through that scene finally. There's no real jump and vault, but somehow I did that anyway and ran into the next scene. If you can't get by that scene, though, this game isn't going to be a game for you. That's it. Game over. So I don't know why that section was so fucking rough, but it was. Once I got past that, I started having fun with the game.
It's that hard because it wants to set you up for all the butt fucking you're going to receive later.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it wasn't that bad later.
I had so much trouble.
Yeah. So combat and shooting was pretty simple. You obviously want to aim for headshots, but body shots will do the job. I'm pretty sure I shot a few people in the knee and or the crotch and got them down just fine. I don't think too highly of the enemy AI, but that's to my advantage as someone shooting with lower fight experience. Like, I call this jank, but that jank is part of the charm of the game.
That makes sense to me because Eurojank games have the same thing.
Yeah. Ammo is scarce, so you need to take off of bodies and find boxes in the environment and stuff. But to me, on the lower level difficulty, there was plenty of ammo. There is very little tutorial. You have to read the options button map to realize that you can switch weapons and throw grenades or even heal yourself. There are some tooltips at important times to let you know workbenches can upgrade your weapons. But there are very little functional, simple tutorials that there should have been about basic buttons in the very beginning of the game. It really assumes you've played games like this before or you wouldn't be here. That's the vibe I got.
See, for me, I thought combat was easy in so much that you don't really run out of ammo, but it's hard because there's not a lot of health pickups that I found. Yeah. They're very few and far between.
Yes, that I would agree
any
with.
damage you take, it's just going to keep whittling you down until you're fucked. And that is why you won't like it, Joe, because you will get shot to shit, and there isn't going to be a health pickup for like the next 2 hours. Have fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
The game does creepy atmosphere pretty well. There are scenes where we're hallucinating or appearing in an alternate reality. There's good directional audio, like people laughing and creeping about, explosions, stuff like that. It's all disorienting and unnerving, which is good for a chthonic Lovecraftian horror game. Overall, I felt the horror elements to be mild, though. I wasn't as immersed in the game's atmosphere as I would have liked. There is a sanity rating for the game as well. Some things will cause you to have blurred effect on your screen, and you can only stand being around that horrifying element for so long before it takes a toll on your health as well. So that was a cool add-on, like when you get around monsters and stuff. But that does add to some of the difficulty too. We spent a good amount of time exploring the facility in the dark, with flashing lights and fires and blood from bodies rended by some unnamed creature or shot by soldiers. Like, it's a good creepy atmosphere. I experienced some crashing and lost a fair amount of progress. The game auto-saves, but maybe not often enough. And again, unskippable cutscenes.
Yay!
And they're less fun when you're dying a lot or have crashes. Yeah.
That's an everything issue, because it did that to me on my fucking PC. I was reviewing it.
Speaking of PC, some of the button notices were for PC instead of console. Like it said, press E. And I was like, all right. Yeah. There is voice acting and decent graphics leaning towards realism. Decent for, it trying to be an older style of game. I recommend headphones for the game. I was more impressed with the audio, with the graphics. But some of the lighting was a little weird. I noticed that talking characters didn't match facial movements with the voice.
Not at all.
Which is fine. Again, jank. The game is dark, and while you have a flashlight, it's best not to use it most of the time to avoid detection. You should avoid actual combat whenever possible in this game.
You can avoid it?
Yes, there are times where you can avoid combat, apparently. But yeah,
That may have been my
run
problem.
you run into soldiers and conserve your health and ammo. Basically, you can duck behind things and kind of trick the AI. They recently did a patch too that addressed some issues in the game as far as like the AI and stuff. So worth me taking another look at it to see but I mean, you can kind of trick the AI into corners and shoot them and not take damage if you duck behind things.
Speaking of taking another look, I just got to say, I think this one Raiders player needs to take another look at reality, because it was 3rd and inches and they rushed it and got like 3 yards on the play, and the one Raiders dude held up 4th down. Like, dude, not even close, man. You weren't close to stopping that.
Yeah.
4th down. What a jeez. Anything else to say about Beneath, or should we talk price on this bad boy?
Unless Aki's got other things to say,
Aki, anything to chime in with? When did you previewed this on Steam?
Yeah, I reviewed this on Steam a couple months ago.
Might have been an early access thing. I don't know.
I think that's what it was. I have full access to the game though. So
1 interception, 1 blocked punt, 9 penalties, 1 missed field goal, and a touchdown negated by a penalty. Oh my God. Raiders are doing shit tonight. Happy birthday, Injury.
I'm hoping Injury is cheering on the Raiders.
No, he's cheering on the other team. Yeah.
Damn.
So, happy birthday, Injury. You're getting a win.
Yep. It's not been a fun game to watch though. It has been a mess.
Really.
It's football. Are there any fun games to watch?
I've been muting myself and like muttering things at the screen. So yeah.
Something that's not a mess is Beneath from Wired Productions. It's $20. Give us a verdict.
I'm gonna give it a try it in the state that I played it. I want to play more, but there are some issues with the game that took me out of it. The good news is that I know that they're continuing to do fixes and support the game with patches. I thought the horror vibe was good. The length of the game was good. The story was reasonably engaging.
On your end?
I don't know. I think the price is great. You can tell the small team put a lot of love into this title, and the game improves the longer you stick with it. It was just a little slow to take a hold of my attention.
Aki, thoughts?
I think it's definitely a try it. I thought the horror aspect of it had a great atmosphere. Totally like that. It has issues. It is a fucking mess for sure.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. But I rather enjoyed it. It does have its janky issues.
I still enjoyed
it's very lovable.
Yeah.
But if you suck at shooting, stay away.
Yeah, Joe, you would not enjoy this. I think
you would not have fun
sick.
just that first scene, because even knowing that I needed to run, did not help me actually get through that situation.
Yeah, I died 3 or 4 times myself.
Oh yeah,
in that section. Yeah. It was some bullshit.
Yep, it was some bullshit.
Yeah, Joe, every firefight would probably kill you, Joe, because the enemies in this, they don't fuck around. They hit you, and they don't hit for nothing. This is kind of realistic when it comes to that. So, Joe,
you described it as what?
This. Semi-realistic.
Bullshit?
Fucking bullshit!
Next up, Acre Crisis, developed by David Patetti, published by Sometimes You, released October 24th, Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5, $9.99 each. In 1992, a Special Operations Brigade from the Brazilian military police force was sent to the area to gather intelligence. However, the situation took an unexpected turn for the soldiers, who soon found themselves cornered in the midst of a jungle infested with hungry dinosaurs. Oh shit, Jurassic Park. Will the soldiers escape from Acre? What kind of experiments were conducted in the region? What was the government's role? Jacob, what is Acre Crisis?
So Acre Crisis is a survival horror first-person shooter game. But keep in mind that this game draws very heavily from like late 1990s survival horror titles. So even though it is a first-person shooter, you still kind of have tank controls in the game. And so you have to stop, aim. Well, I don't know if you so much have to stop, but you... Not real. I mean, yeah, actually you do have to stop. Yeah. Stop and aim to get stuff done. And so, yeah, like being on the run from dinosaurs that are obviously faster than you, like trying to kill them is a hell of a thing to do when you're playing this game. The game keeps bordering between like homage to like those kind of games, but also trying to do its own thing. Its plot is very similar to a lot of dinosaur B movies at the time. Also definitely takes a tip of the hat for towards Resident Evil and Dino Crisis. But yeah, it's just you running from one place into the forest to the next. Now, granted, I will say this, for the look that this guy was going for, I do I mean, I realize like I think it is like a solo dev, and so yeah, some of the stuff does look amateurish, but it gives it like kind of like a B movie feel to it.
It has a very PS1, maybe early PS2 vibe to it,
or like Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So it very much has those kind of vibes for it. And the island itself looks nice. The dinosaur models, like if they had been released at that time, they would have looked fantastic. And I will say this, like the gameplay, as much as I hated how it, like how I had to like stop, aim, shoot, like I couldn't do a run and gun in this game. It still did provide quite a number of not quite pants shitting moments, but like, you know, like you're like, oh god, no, there's a T-Rex after me, and then like you gotta like freaking run around this like perimeter.
Fear P.
And what?
Fear P?
Did I do a fear P? You might.
Because that's our scary rating on SML. It's always been. You know that. Back to the cold days. Fear P. Did you fear P?
I did not, thankfully, but I was also wearing my rubber pants.
Oh, right. Well, then you did. It just shot back up in.
I mean, I just figured it was sweat, but, you know, maybe.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
It's advertised as a game you could beat in like 1 to 3 hours. Says it's very replayable, and it has an arcade mode where you can do quick survival matches. What's the point system? 'Cause it mentions that's how you get like better weapons and stuff.
So yeah, it's just pretty much like how accurate you are, and collecting items as you go along. Like it just builds up as you play the game.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else to say about this one?
Like honestly, it was pretty decent, like for what it is. I'm waiting to hear the price.
It is a $10 game, as it is a Sometimes You product. They are priced individually per platform, but if you buy the last gen, you get the new gen for half off. So if you buy the Xbox One version for $10, you can get the Series version for $5. It does not work backwards. $10 on this. Your thoughts?
I mean, unless you're really after all the achievements, I think you really only need to buy one version of this game. But if like you like retro survival horror, like I think you should definitely check this out. Otherwise, I'd put it at a try it.
Try it. Sounds good. All right. Next up, Ultimate Zombie Defense, developed by Terror Dog Studio, published by Ultimate Games. Big shout out to Ultimate Games who hooked us up with some copies of it to give away. We gave away one earlier that went to Trash Rando. We will give away a second copy when we are all done with the reviews later on. Music Gets a Playin'. But again, developed by Terradog Studio, published by Ultimate Games, released October 23rd, Xbox One and Series X and S for $7.99, hits PS5 December 4th. Ultimate Zombie Defense is a top-down survival horror set in the suburbs of a once quiet city in the heart of continental Europe. The city and the surrounding 250-kilometer landmass have been sealed off in an attempt to curtail the outbreak, although sadly all attempts have failed until now. You're an elite member of the military dropped into this plagued location and have only one mission: locate and destroy the source of the infection. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to it, soldier. Me, Jacob, and I think Aki, we were the three soldiers jumping into duty on this one. I had high hopes for this one, and I'm kind of mixed walking away from it. The way this one starts off, hit the main menu, and you immediately say, "God damn, that's small text."
Yep.
At least I did. You could go into options. There aren't many options. You could increase the size of your pointer, but not the text. Then you go into play. You could pick one of 8 different characters, 2 per job, I guess. 3 jobs, or was it 4? 3? No,
4 jobs.
4 jobs. I thought it was 2, 2, 2, and 2, but
yep,
couldn't be sure. You get into the game, and then you shoot zombies. After you finish shooting the zombies, you're rewarded money, and then you can either upgrade yourself and your equipment, or you could build defenses, because it's zombie defense. Choose from like barbed wire, electric wire, walls. As you earn more money, you can get like a turret you could jump on. I didn't think you earned enough money in this game. The first time I played this, I tried investing into like barbed wire to slow down the enemies, upgrade my weapons, get a secondary weapon, get some body armor. And when stage 5 hit and those dogs came after me, I just got fucked up and died immediately. Stage 5, those dogs are assholes.
You may not get dogs the next time you play.
Every time I've hit stage 5, I have had those dogs.
Interesting.
Every single stage 5 I've played. I've played, I don't know, 5, 6 rounds so far. The trick I found, at least on the first level, was I just shoot like crazy until I have $6,000 and I buy an auto turret.
Yep.
And then I could stay alive a few more levels, buy another auto turret, stay alive another few more rounds. Some of the zombies will probably have blown up your turret by then. So you either replace it or repair it until eventually you get swarmed and die. And then you repeat across 3 different maps. That is it. There are only 3 maps in the game. And
it will probably release DLC, which will have another map or 2.
Potentially.
I know Steam has it.
Oh, does Steam have DLC?
Yeah. And it's like 1 or 2 maps, something like that.
Gotcha. My biggest issue with this game right off the bat is the controls. It controls like a twin stick, but it's like you're controlling the pointer that you're aiming. Ooh. So there's a red dot that you move around the screen, and that's where you're shooting. It's not just up, down, left, right, like pick a direction and shoot. You got to make sure the reticle is aiming exactly where you want it to be. And if it's far away from you, like at the top of the screen, and you need to face below you, it takes way too long to turn and get it down there. Because it's kind of like tank controls that you can only turn left and right with your aiming.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's not direction.
For everyone here, I played it on Steam. And that is not how it plays on Steam. It plays like a standard mousing keyboard
where you
game.
Point where you want to shoot. Yeah. That's the beauty of mouse controls. But yeah, it's definitely something.
Does this game allow you to use mouse on Xbox?
No. And it is not Play Anywhere. It is only Xbox One and Series.
Oh, they dropped the ball then. They
Yeah,
really
you-
should have at least allowed you to hook up like your mouse to the Xbox and use that. Fuck.
If you can alter the like, you can increase the sensitivity of the cursor so you can move it faster. That still didn't really help me. I just found I would just face one direction, walk left and right, and shoot as I needed. Like, just
Fair.
shoot up the whole time, like fucking Space Invaders I was playing. I didn't like the placing of the defensive items. I thought the controls there were quite lackluster. I guess it will control much better on PC.
Nope.
It just feels like this had a hard translation from PC to console in terms of the aiming and the item placement. And those are like the two biggest hurdles in this. Once I got turrets set up and I was shooting shit and just like having fun, it was an enjoyable time. Once you get overwhelmed and then you see how very little experience points you gain for how much time you spent, you're like, why?
Yeah, that's where it really sucks. Like, I played this an entire day and I didn't even get to level 10.
Yeah.
And it kind of pissed me off. I was like, I've spent like 7 or 8 hours in this. Why the fuck am I not like, I should have one of these characters close to maxed at this fucking point, and I wasn't.
On my
even a third of the way there.
my first game, I got to round 5 and died, and I got like 29 experience and punched my TV. Second game was when I got to round 12 and I got up to level 3. I got 2 levels out of 12 rounds. And it's 2 upgrades, and it feels like such an uphill struggle. And on the flip side, I only have 3 achievements left, and that's to kill 1,000 zombies, 2,000 zombies, and 10 lickers. Like, there's no progression achievements I have to strive for. It's just, let me mow down more zombies and get my 1,000.
Yep. I would
Jacob,
suggest
what
the
did you
ball
think of
level.
this one?
He may not be back yet.
No.
Oh, I didn't realize he left.
Yeah.
Oh, he had to go tanky.
Oh, he's
Jacob, go
playing a
tanky
minor
time.
Jacob. Okay.
Oh, Jacob, go tinky time. 8 minutes ago. Where the fuck is he?
Right here,
Really needed to
dickhead.
piss.
Have you said anything?
No.
Oh. How was Tinky time?
It was all right. I also refilled up my water glass, not at the same source.
Uh-huh.
Sure. What'd you think of Ultimate Zombie Defense?
I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know. Like, I mean, like there's people like who I know would be all over this kind of stuff, like, because this is really the kind of game that you wish all those mobile game ads would be.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it's all right. It's not really my bag, but you know, I could see plenty of people who are going to sink, like, you know, tens, if not hundreds of hours into this.
One of the screenshots on the store has someone at level 22, and I cannot imagine how many years it took to get that.
I mean, I don't know if there's crossplay enabled.
There's
on
no
the
online.
Xbox. Oh, you're never gonna. It might take you years.
There's
then.
no online.
Because on Steam, there's online, and that's the only reason I actually finished this game in one night, is because I happened to cross a dude who was like really high level and knew what the fuck he was doing. And he created, I was out there just faffing about, just doing my best to survive. And I walk up to the top of the screen, and there's turrets set up, there's defenses set up. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? I've died like 4 times now. What the fuck?
So it's like a whole different experience on PC.
Yeah, you can play with up to 4 people on PC, all randoms.
That's kind of how the game looked, but it doesn't support it on Xbox.
And there's
It's
still people who play this bitch. Like that night I played, I got in, when I was hosting, I had like 3 or 4 rooms where I got 3 people in there each time. And you can join even when you're in the middle of a game. And I looked at the other games, and there was like 2 or 3 other games that had 2-3 people in them apiece. There wasn't a ton of players, but there was still players. And they were
let's
helpful.
not talk about what's not in this version. Let's talk about what is in this version. Because the store page offers unique bosses, 8 unique characters, and 12 unique monster types for a unique price of $7.99. Jacob, what do you think of this one? $8.
I mean, it's a rather unique experience for $8.
It is. I'd say try it. I think it's cheap enough that, like, I wouldn't say fuck it, why not? I wouldn't like jump on paying $8 for this, but it's cheap enough that if you've got a few extra bucks or some Microsoft rewards, check it out. If they add online play to this, I think it'd be a really, really good co-op game. But as it is a single player game, it's really hard to get into.
Yeah, I know if I had played this and there was only single player, I definitely wouldn't have suggested it.
Yeah.
Because this game's fucking hard, and you're not going to do well until you're really high level, and that takes for fucking ever.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It would be too much of a grind. The only reason I would suggest this is if you got it on Steam.
Well, I don't know what it runs on Steam, but Ultimate are the publishers on Xbox. They are the ones who are nice enough to hook us up with giveaway keys. And again, we will have another one to give away at the end of the night. But for now, Catnigma, developed by Little Giant, published by Bad Minions, Little Giant, released October 30th, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC for $4.99 each. Steal fish in the most magical and sneaky way possible. Fish emoji, star emoji. Catnigma is a magical puzzle game where you control a flying cat on a quest to satisfy its endless hunger for fish. The cat moves continuously in the chosen direction until it hits an obstacle, and it's up to you to use your wits and magical tricks to collect every fish in the level. Once you've gathered them all, return to the magic box to unlock the next challenge. With a mysterious and relaxing atmosphere, original music, and enchanting visuals, each stage feels like exploring a quiet nighttime home. Bri, Jacob, both of you covered this. Bri, start us off. What is Catnigma, and does it live up to the high standards of our cat game love?
Sorry, I'm laughing at Aki's request that I slap Injury, and he is right near me, but I'm not gonna. So this is.
See, he's making short jokes on you now too.
Yeah, he's making short jokes. Yeah, true story. So this is a top-down slide puzzle where you slide around trying to get fish and then get to the exit, which is a cardboard box. Oh yeah, you're a cute black cat with a little bow. So slide puzzle here means you press the controller in a direction and you move in that direction until you hit a wall, and then you move a different direction trying to get around the board to hit your objectives. It starts out pretty easy, and then you get obstacles like cacti. You start out in the living room, then you move into the kitchen and the bedroom across 30 levels. And once you make it to the kitchen, there's portals to zoom through while you slide around to get the fish. At some point, you get to deal with portals and cactus. You do have to get all the fish to be eligible to complete the level. So you can make it to the box early. It just won't count to progress you to the next level. It'll tell you like, oh, you missed some fish, and then you start over.
That was annoying the first time.
Yeah. The colors are bright. Jacob, what did you think?
I mean, you've been describing it pretty well. I mean, it's a standard slide puzzle game. I didn't really have that much difficulty with it. Like some of it was just like the usual standard pains, like finding out that like you can't slide into that thing because it's actually a cactus. Yeah. But other than that, like I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, real quick, let's hit the features. 30 challenging levels to discover. Yay, nay?
Yeah. I mean, they're challenging enough.
Yeah.
Creative puzzles with magical portals.
Yep.
I mean, it does have that. Why is there always portals with these things?
Oh. And then the most important one, the cutest and most mysterious cat.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, he has the ability for portals, so something's up.
Yeah. Now you have to search every corner, living room, kitchen, and bedroom. No fish is safe from your magical cat. And your magical cat costs $5 per platform. What do you two think of Catnigma?
It's cute. Why not? I mean,
Cute. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have an issue with it. I like it.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Kids Corner time. George, take it away.
Kids Corner! With Jacob and friends.
Two kids games to talk about this week. We're going to start off with Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed, developed by Bamtang Games and published by Game Mill, released October 24th on Series X and S, Xbox, PC with Play Anywhere, Switch, PS5, and PC for $39.99. Challenge accepted. That's trademarked. Weird. Gear selected. Get ready to hit the track with Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed. It's a high-octane arcade racer packed with iconic cars, epic tracks, and action-fueled gameplay inspired by the hit Netflix animated series Hot Wheels Let's Race. Drift through wild courses, take on giant boss battles in a racing game, and unlock a garage full of fan-favorite rides with track building, local multiplayer, and non-stop speed. The race is always on. Jacob and Bri, both of you covered this one. Bri, how about you start us off on this one, since Jacob's gonna talk about Chicken Run later too.
Yeah. So I totally didn't write notes.
Oh, okay, Jacob, you start. Never mind.
No, it's fine.
I'm a jerk. I'm sorry. I didn't.
No, it's all good. I have some notes.
Bri could cover Chicken Run for me.
Oh yeah, there you go. No, it was so I didn't get to play all that much of it. I just got to this yesterday as I got a code, but teak down. So yeah, there's a really good like hub in this where you can do different activities. My notes are kind of all over the place. I thought there was, hold on, there we go.
Oh no.
Do you want me to?
The cars have unique handling?
Oh my gosh. There's a lot going on. You have a hub with different like racing, and you can do track building. There's different challenges to the track building. And then when you finish the challenges, you can open up into free play, like free building. I didn't get that far into that. I did try a couple challenges. That was pretty fun.
Jacob, did you get to build much?
Not a whole lot. This game is essentially what Hot Wheels Unleashed, from a couple of years ago from Milestone, Italy. This is essentially the kid version of that.
It really is.
Like in terms of like racing style, track building, it's way easier, but I've never really been one, like, aside from playing like Sim City, I've never really cared about like trying to build up my own thing. So yeah, like I always prefer,
as we found out before with Wreckreation, where we didn't really click with that either.
But as far as like the concept of racing for kids, this game felt really forgiving. Yeah, but you can like bounce off the side and there's no damage to your car. You just have to readjust after the bounce. There's no like flying off the track. I thought the cars sounded like amped up slot car racers, and I loved that. I used to go to a business that had huge slot car tracks that you could race on, and that was like a fun memory to bring up. And then there's boss fights. There's really fun. They give you one in the tutorial. That's a giant snake, and you have to collect pizza boxes to attack with, and then you use boosters and ramps to do bigger attacks, and then the bosses attack you, and you can dodge them by driving around the obstacle. You just kind of like swerve to the left or the right, and it gives you like a red warning on the track in front of you to kind of give you a hint where it's gonna attack. Yeah, it was definitely different.
Jacob, I know you loved the Unleashed series, right?
I love the first one. I never really got that far into the second one.
But you love the first one. So
oh yeah.
How does this stack up to it?
It is a far more accessible title than that one was. And it definitely tries to keep an arcadey feel to it.
Oh yeah.
Hot Wheels Unleashed very much had it wanted to be more of a simulation with some arcade stuff thrown in. This one's definitely not that. Yeah, I mean, like, there's different racers, like, they each have, like, their own abilities, strengths and weaknesses. For me, it didn't really matter which car you chose. It really seemed to be like, you know, as if they were trying to give some sort of message that it's really the racer behind it that, you know, defines the car. I haven't seen the show. In fact, I wasn't even aware of it until this game came out. So calling it a hit Netflix show is kind of weird, especially since I've got 2 kids who seem like they would have been the demographic for this. So, okay.
Clearly they're watching too much Bluey, and that's Stevie's fault.
To kind of mention one thing, though, that I thought was really cool, there's different decals you can put on your car that actually affect the car. Like, you put on an electrified wheel sticker, and you get faster drift boosts.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you unlock a lot of different things as you go, like different cars for doing different objectives that are outlined in the Ultimate Garage. Yep. And you might need to win a race with like Coupe or you know, one of the different characters to get a certain number or get a certain number of flame badges, and you get different stuff. But the decals were like the way to go. That was
those
fun.
Certainly are some character names: Coupe, Spark, Mac, Brights, Axel, and Cruz.
Yeah.
Love it. So, Jacob, you think this is a cute one?
Yeah, I liked it.
Enjoyable. You think Bam Tang did a solid job compared to the legacy of Milestone?
To be honest, yeah,
hard
I do.
To compete with. Milestone.
They are. But
real good.
Like, honestly, I think they did a pretty good job with this one. And there is a lot to like. I wish we had more the level of cars that Hot Wheels Unleashed had, but I think kids are going to find a lot to do and like in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like it has 12 tracks. Has the bosses, modes like Racing Camp, Cup Champ, Speed Trials, Track Builder, and free races. Solo, local multiplayer, no online, but that, you know, you kind of expect that with the kids games.
Yeah.
To keep them safe. This one clocks in at $40 dues. There's also a deluxe edition for an extra $10 that comes with a what is this? A high voltage speed pack that by itself is $14.99. So you save $5. It includes 2 cars, 2 themed track parts, and 6 exclusive decals. So $40, 50 deluxe, verdicts.
I'd be all right with paying 40 or 50.
Yeah, I agree. I had a lot of fun with this for what I got to play, and I'm looking forward to playing more.
Rock and roll. Sounds like a good one. One last game to talk about tonight. Chicken Run Eggstraction. I'm glad Carnage is here for the puns. Developed by Aardman Animations, published by Outright Games. We are Outright ambassadors. Big ups to Outright Games for putting up with us. We love you. Released October 24th, Xbox One, Series, and PC, as it is Play Anywhere. Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $39.99. Extraordinary times call for extraordinary heroes. After surviving the daring events of Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, the gang is back in a brand new adventure And it turns out nuggets weren't the only thing on the menu. Chicken kind is still in danger. Take control of Molly, Rocky, Frizzle, and the gang as they sneak, scurry, and scramble through 5 tantalizingly treacherous fortified farms. Liberate captured chickens. But don't count your chicks until they're hatched. You'll need to outwit bumbling security, dodge watchful CCTV, topple an army of loopy poultry villains. The stakes are high, the chickens are feisty, and the explosions are inevitable. Are you ready? Jacob, were you ready?
I mean, decently ready.
Take it as a no.
Whatever, man.
Tell us about Chicken Run Eggstraction. And Aki, be honest, are you jealous that Jacob got to cover a stealth game?
A little bit, but only a little bit.
Chickens.
I mean,
that actually doesn't help it at all, but...
Jacob, what is Chicken Run?
All right, so Chicken Run, this one picks up where Dawn of the Nugget left off, which is some Netflix sequel that I haven't seen, unfortunately.
I love these names.
And with this, the gang has discovered that there's a bunch of chicken farms that are still in operation near where they're living or driving around in their van. And they need to take care of, they have to destroy and sabotage these plants while also saving all the chickens that are in them. And each level, you kind of get to decide who you're going to be bringing in with you for it. And what I think is kind of neat is that each character has a special ability if they're the leader, but they have a special ability if they're just like one of like the side, like the squad members, which I thought was really interesting. And so there are some, there are some characters where it's going to be more beneficial to have them on a certain level as opposed to a different one. And it does really make you have to change up the gameplay. Now, thankfully, because this is a kid's game, the stealth is going to be on, you do have to actually be stealthy in this game most of the time, but it is fairly forgiving and it's not overly stressful, which I did appreciate because that's one of the reasons why I can't do stealth, because usually I want to go in there with guns blazing for those games, but also I just can't, I can't hack it being quiet the whole time.
That's fair.
Yeah, so there are various puzzles that you have to solve in the game. There will be backtracking in levels because, you have to go open up this door all the way over here, but it requires you to go over and get a key card over here while avoiding robot dogs and humans and other things. But yeah, I will say this, there is co-op in the game. If you're playing the co-op specific bonus levels, those are fine. But the kids and I found co-op during like the regular story thing. That was way too chaotic, trying to deal with 2 different people on the screen, like going off to do various stuff. Like most of the game is not
you playing with one of your kids. I want to watch your 2 kids play co-op together and see the insanity that happens.
Oh God. I don't know if my youngest would keep griefing or not. He used to do that quite a bit.
Should record that, stream it.
Yeah, I'll see if they want to play it this weekend.
No, streamed them playing. We can watch them fight. It's done by Aardman. I'm guessing it looks and sounds really good.
Yeah, I mean, the character models look really nice. It looks like, actual Aardman production. The devs did a good job with this.
Very good. I'm looking at the movie. I didn't realize that this was like the sequel to Chicken Run. I thought that got a theatrical release. I appreciate that Zachary Levi replaced Mel Gibson.
Oh,
and Miranda Richardson came back. She's like the only one from the original movie who came back. It's like a name.
Wasn't Maggie Smith in the first one?
She may have been.
I don't remember. Chicken.
Julius Sawala, Mel Gibson, Miranda Richardson, Tony Hagar. Why are we saying this on the show? Jacob, the game's $40. What do you think of Chicken Run Eggstraction?
Honestly, I think this was a nice area for Outright to move into. Like, try doing like a stealth game to add to their repertoire. And honestly, I dug the game. Stealth isn't exactly my cup of tea, but I thought this was an accessible and fun title.
Very good. And with that, we are at the end of the episode. Anything of that?
Yay!
Yay! Funny thing is, I got to redo the intro because I forgot that we came back from our interview with Gary at Incubate Games. Thank you again for coming on. First half of the show, chatting with me, Chris, and Aki. Wait, was that me, Chris, and Aki? Was that us?
Huh? I was not listening. I am so... Not really, but...
The Incubate interview. It was me, you, and Chris, right?
Yes. And I think Pernell was there as well.
Was he there? I know he was there for the last episode. I don't remember. I don't know who was on this show, everyone. I'm joking.
Because we had two in the same
SML
day,
podcast,
I'm not sure.
And I don't know who's on my own show. I do know that Aki, Bri, and Jacob were here to wrap up the show, and I appreciate you three being here. Big thanks to Outright for hooking us up with the kids' games, and the Ultimate for getting us the giveaway keys for Ultimate Zombie Defense. I think we should give away that last copy right now.
Yeah.
Do it.
Giveaway close. Giveaway draw. Congrats. Courtesy of Ultimate Games 2. Vlad Slavin just got a copy of Ultimate Zombie Defense.
Congrats, Vlad.
That we're done. Music this episode. We talked about chickens. So I'm going to play some Chocobo music.
Right.
Woo!
Giant chickens.
Music?
We need chickens. Anybody have any?
Be the metal Chocobo song, please.
Oh God, there's so many metal versions. I gotta look at what versions I have. I might do Chocobo Roundup. That's really funny.
There was one that was, I think, from Final Fantasy 12, where you got like a black Chocobo and it played a metal music.
I always like techno to Chocobo, but yeah.
Well, we will have some kind of Chocobo. Does anyone have any final words to end the show?
That game was terrible, but the Broncos won. Happy birthday, injury.